Disciple, your master's time has come. Master, don't speak. I'll go down the mountain and fetch a doctor. No need. Our sect owes the physician down the mountain 30 taels of silver. They made it clear. If we dare show our faces again, they'll cut out your master's kidneys to settle the debt. Then please, do continue with your final words. This is the sect-guarding sword manual passed down for 1,000 years in our nameless sword sect. Our founder once roamed the world with this sword art, suppressing all heroes with the blade, and thus established the eternal foundation of our nameless sect. Could this be the legendary invincible sword art? Ah, correct. The name of this art. The ultimate shamelessness is invincible. Master. HM? Master, this character is written wrong. It's sword, SWRD. Not shameless, SHAMELESS. Don't bite the brush. This is the founder's own handwriting. The founder was illiterate, and you've been copying the mistake for 1,000 years. Remember to carry the sect forward. Master. Master, don't die. If you leave, who's going to deal with the 187 creditors outside? Pay your debts. Tear down the nameless sword sect. Other transmigrators are either holy sons or divine emperors. 3 years since I got here. My master died poor, and the sect is about to be torn down. Detected. Host has officially inherited the nameless sword sect. Corporate legal entity status confirmed. Strongest boss system across all realms. Binding in progress. System? I have a system too. This system is dedicated to assisting the host in becoming the strongest boss across all realms. Rule. Whenever someone voluntarily signs a labor contract with a host and enters employment, for every 1 point their cultivation increases, the host receives a 100x amplification. You're saying the stronger my employees get, the stronger I get? Correct. Congratulations, host. You have received a beginner's gift pack. 1 top-tier Great Emperor Cultivation Experience card. Duration, 3 minutes. Huh. 3 minutes? That's not even enough time for a bathroom break. Friendly reminder. Once the experience card is activated, it cannot be paused midway. Fine. Forget that for now. Let's deal with those creditors outside first. Apologies. Debt disputes fall under labor management operations. This system does not provide violent debt collection services. You useless system. Pretty law-abiding, aren't you? A 3-minute Great Emperor. 0 employees. A mob of creditors. And so begins day 1 of Chu Xiao's cultivation life. Ah. Chu Xiao, your master owes me for 3 pigs. If you don't pay today, I'll turn this broken temple of yours into a pig farm. Ah. Boss Wang, calm down. The one who owed you is the previous legal representative. I only took over this company tonight. What? Legal representative? Let me put it this way. Every grievance has its source, every debt its debtor. Whoever owes you, go collect from them. Your master's dead. Where am I supposed to find him? Go see the king of hell. The corpse is still warm. Why don't you go in and ask him right now? Ugh. Don't get smart with me. Boys, get him. Brother Wuchen. Don't worry about me. What they want is my innate immortal bone. You go. Now. If we go together. Ye Yu Chen. I will never hand you over to the Bloodsword sect. Yi Wuchen's Dantian is already destroyed, and he still wants to play hero and save the damsel. Our young sect master has taken a liking to this girl's innate sword bone. It's a blessing she earned over several lifetimes. Is this really it? Are we really going to die here? A reincarnated ancient sword emperor and an innate pure sword bone. These aren't just some star-crossed lovers. These are two pre-IPO stocks. Detected, two top-tier talents. Recommend host complete recruitment immediately. Who's this beggar? Get lost. Hold on. Sign this contract. From this day forward, both your lives, Chu Xiao guarantees them. Chapter 403, A Fool Who Doesn't Know His Place. How dare you snatch people right in front of our blood sword sect? Nameless sword sect employee onboarding agreement. What does labor contract mean? It means from now on, you work for me. I provide you with a cultivation platform, promotion tracks, and a limited degree of personal safety protection. During the company's startup phase, you handle security. He handles reception. Later, we'll adjust roles based on performance. What does a receptionist do? When someone comes to smash the door, you ask them first, do you have an appointment? Joining your sect can actually keep us alive. Alive? That's just the start. Work hard. And in the future, you'll even get 5 insurances in one fund. What are the 5 insurances in one fund? Ahem. 5 kinds of danger. I'll take them all. 1 ingot of gold, paid at year-end. Warning, false promises. Suspected violation of system employment regulations. Shut up. You Chu Xiao, what's wrong with promising 2 pies in the sky? Boy, you dare poach talent right in front of my blood sword sect. How is this poaching? This is called mutual selection. Free flow of talent. I'll free flow your grandpa. Watch out. System. Great Emperor Experience Card. Activating. Top tier, Great Emperor Cultivation Experience Card activated. Time remaining, 2 minutes 59 seconds. He caught my blood fiend, Sword Chi, with his bare hands. Holy crap. So this is Great Emperor Cultivation. I feel like I could pee out a stream that could extinguish a volcano. Time remaining, 2 minutes 45 seconds. Even my family's heirloom pig slaughtering knife is kowtowing to him. GG Great Emperor. You're a great emperor. Now you see why I dare to recruit them? SS Senior, spare me. This junior had no eyes. I didn't know they were the ones you had your eye on. What's the biggest taboo in the workplace? Do you know? This junior does not know. Malicious poaching. Ha ha ha. Senior, spare me. Get lost. Go tell your sect master. From today onward, these two are official employees of my nameless sword sect. Anyone who dares touch my employees, I will annihilate their entire sect. Ha ha ha. So what do you say? Senior, with your heaven-defying cultivation, why would you take an interest in 2 cripples like us? Because I never look at an employee's past, only at whether they can create value for the boss. This shattered dantian of yours, I will reshape it for you. If you can save Brother Wuchen, I will do anything for you. Congratulations, host. Employee recruitment successful. Employee count 2. Yi Wuchen and Su Liuruo have officially joined. Friendly reminder. Great Emperor Cultivation Experience Card. Time remaining, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. What reckless fool dares to harm my blood sword sect disciples? It's the blood sword sect master. Shui Wuya's projection. A sword venerable realm expert. 3-2. One Earth Cultivation experience card has expired. You gotta be kidding me. The experience card expired just moments ago. And right on its heels, the beast comes knocking. Right now, I'm just a chi refining waste with no strength to even trust a chicken. Today, I shall bathe your nameless sect in blood. No chicken or dog shall be spared. A clone? Oomph. No wonder you're so weak. That finger strike just now. I only used 1/100 millionth of my strength. A momentary slip. And I casually flattened 7 mountains. Go back and tell your main body to wash his neck clean and come personally. Stop sending clones. Humph. How embarrassing. You, just who in the heavens are you? Detected host facing sword venerable level life threat. Dispensen novice sword sect-gift bak. 1 basic sect-protecting sword formation. During charging period, host must stall for time independently. You, a bloodsword sect steward, came to our door unprovoked, disrupting our sect's normal operations. Compensation, 3,000 spirit stones. Scaring my 2 newly hired employees. Emotional distress damages, 2,000. That face of yours is blocking my sect's feng shui. Add another 1,000. You insolent wretch. How dare you extort me? The sword formation, it's actually complete. Enough. I won't waste words with you. Today, I'll show you what it means when the shop is big and bullies the customer. Impossible. This is an ancient sect-protecting sword formation. Damn it. Friendly reminder. Basic sect-protecting sword formation energy depleted. Remaining activations. 1. Additional reminder. Host true cultivation. Chi refining. Layer 1. Only 1 shot left. Well, it's fine. It doesn't matter that I'm trash. I've got these 2 under me. 1 is a sword emperor reincarnated. 1 has innate sword bone. As long as I make them train like mad, me, the boss, will rise right along with them, chickens and dogs ascending to heaven. Sect Master, what are these formation talismans? These aren't talismans. They're the mandatory onboarding process for your employment. Those 2 contracts sealed with blood yesterday. Didn't we already sign those? Those were labor contracts. They determined whether you answer to me. These are onboarding documents. They determine exactly how I'll be managing you from now on. 2 different things. Here. First form, employee information sheet. Fill in your name, place of origin, and emergency contact. Emergency contact? That's who the sect should notify, in case something happens to you. This section is optional. Next form. This one is the most important. Non-disclosure agreement. After onboarding, all internal sect information, especially anything about me, must not be disclosed to any outsider. Sect Master, with your heaven-reaching cultivation and your open and upright character, what could possibly need confidentiality? Oh, there's plenty that needs confidentiality. For example, the fact that I'm actually a chi refining waste right now. This kind of thing needs to be nipped in the bud. Might as well finalize your positions too. Yi Wuchen, you're appointed head of security. Su Liang, you're the receptionist. And you'll also take over managing the sex accounts. The money bag? Can I handle it? Of course. You look more like a money manager than he does. Sect Master, you saved us both. Your great kindness is before us. But there's something I must make clear. My Dantian was already shattered by the Bloodsword sect. Now, I've lost all my cultivation. I'm not even as good as the most ordinary sword novice. I simply cannot protect the sect. Are you done? Done. Ye Yu-chan. Does it matter if you were a genius before? No, it doesn't. When I recruit, I don't look at background. I don't look at seniority. I only look at one thing. Whether you, as a person, still have value. Dantian shattered? Then fix it. In my nameless sword sect, there are no worthless employees. Only assets that haven't been repaired yet. System. The reward for the novice recruitment quest. I want to redeem a pill that can reshape my Dantian. Detected host has completed novice recruitment quest. Dispensing reward. Boss points plus 500. Matched. Basic Dantian reshaping pill. Cost 500 boss points. Redeem. Redeem. Even if it costs everything, redeem it. Eat it. Get your body back in shape. That's your first KPI as an employee. Sect-Master. For a useless man like me, you would use such a precious pill? Useless? What useless? You're now a fixed asset I paid a heavy price for. If you dare go to waste, that's my loss. Not yours. Now eat it. Ding. Employee Yuchen successfully resapet Dantian. Breakthrough to Sword Novice Realm. Triggered host 100x feedback. Feedback settlement complete. Host Cultivation directly promoted from Chi Refining Layer 1 to Sword Master Realm. The Sect Master just sat there. And his cultivation soared out of thin air. I didn't do a thing. Just sat here, sipping tea. Yi Wuchen breaks through once. And I jumped several realms just like that. I get it now. This mystic art is my greatest cultivation resource. The stronger they get, the stronger I get. Wuchen, strike while the iron's hot. Break through another realm for me. Sect-Master. This subordinate is incapable. My Dantian has only just healed. My foundation is unstable. To advance further, I would need a vast amount of spirit stones to nourish my meridians. Otherwise, forcing a breakthrough risks a chi deviation. Spirit stones? That's a small matter. Su Yang, how many spirit stones are in the sex accounts? Approve them all for the security department. What's wrong? How much is actually in the accounts? 10,000? 20,000? Sect-Master. Not only is there not a single spirit stone in the accounts, our nameless sword sect actually owes an external debt of 3,000 spirit stones. A debt of 3,000 spirit stones? So you're telling me this company of mine not only has no cash flow, but its liabilities exceed its assets. It's already technically bankrupt. You're Sect-Master Chu, right? Your deadbeat master, before he died, owed my drunken immortal medical hall, along with various families in the Northern Wastelands, a total of 3,000 spirit stones. 3 days. That's the deadline. If you can't pay up this land, these mountains, and these 2 disciples of yours, all become the property of my drunken immortal medical hall to settle the debt. Steward Zhao. This gentleman cannot be provoked. A few days ago, even the Bloodsword sect leader's clone was cut down by him with a single sword strike. Nonsense. A rundown sect so poor it clinks, about to be seized and shut down. What heaven-defying figure could it possibly have? A few gatekeepers and guards. I can pin them down with one hand. But the real question is, even if I beat them all down, will this 3,000 spirit stone hole get filled? 3 days, you say? Fine, I've noted it. Ye Yuchen, Suling. Go back and notify everyone. Wait, no. Our sect only has 3 people in total. Then let the first all-member meeting of the Nameless Sword Sect commence. Now, convene immediately. The first full-staff meeting of the Nameless Sword Sect is now in session. There's only one item on the agenda. How to repay 3,000 spirit stones within 3 days. Speak freely, everyone. Sect-Master, I suggest cutting costs. Change the food budget from 2 meals a day to 1. Suli, there are only 3 of us in total. We already only eat 1 meal a day. If you cut any more, we'd have to eat every other day. Sect-Master, I have a plan. The Bloodsword sect is wealthier than nations. I volunteer to lead a night raid. The 3,000 spirit stone debt could be cleared in one night. Wu Chun, the Bloodsword Sect-Master, is a sword venerable. You are a sword disciple. That's delivering your head on a platter, not robbing them blind. A plan that throws employees into the fire is not something I can do. Cutting costs won't cut it. Then we need to open new streams. Sigh. The master only left me with this one decent asset. The true sword intent personally verified by the system. Sell it off casually, and 3,000 spirit stones are ours. Ha ha ha. The ultimate shamelessness is invincible. Ha ha. I thought it was some authentic sword manual. This is just a street vendor's recipe for miracle pills. Kid, you're trying to scam a sword cultivator? Ha ha ha. And here I was hoping to sell it for 3,000 spirit stones. Sigh. I couldn't even get 30 spirit stones for it. The hardest business in this world is selling sword manuals. Interesting. This sword intent is hidden deep. Old master, you have a keen eye? This is a supreme treasure of the sword path. Only 300 spirit stones. Spirit stones? This old man hasn't got a single one. All I have is this jug of daughter's red wine. Want to trade it for your shabby book? Deal. Here's your book. Ding. Target individual detected. Name, Huang Jujian. Current status. Meridian sealed. Disguised as mortal. True aptitude. 9 tribulations, sword saint. 9 tribulations, sword saint. That scruffy old man who traded a jug of wine for my shabby book is a sword saint. Old master, please wait. Let's talk about life and dreams. Interested in a job? Old master, I can see you have extraordinary bone structure and an air of distinction. You are a talent found once in 10,000. I sincerely invite you to join my nameless sword sect. No, no. This old man's legs aren't what they used to be. Can't do heavy labor. A living sword saint. The moment he breaks through, the feedback will launch me to the heavens. Even if I have to kneel today, I must sign him. Hey, old master. I see you enjoy a drink or two. What a coincidence. Our sect provides alcohol. Provides alcohol? Unlimited. Every meal, all you can drink. I'll arrange the easiest position in the entire sect for you. Head of the cleaning department. Just sweep the floors. Meals, lodging, and alcohol all included. Sweeping floors and free alcohol? Fine. You're an interesting kid. This old man will do you the honor. Ding. Congratulations, host. Successfully recruited employee Huang Jiujian. Position, head of the cleaning department. Here, Uncle Hua, I'll return this to you. This sword robe, this old man has no use for it. But you kid might find it useful someday. Got him. A sword saint is mine. The nameless sword sect just traded a slingshot for a cannon. Now I just wait for this old man to contribute feedback and launch me straight to the top. Huh. System, where's my sword saint? The feedback, where's my feedback? Employee Huang Jujian. Work hours today, 0. Effective work output, 0. Determination, no effective work performed. No feedback triggered. I see. So this system doesn't make me stronger just by hiring a sword saint. It makes me stronger when the sword saint works for me. Hey. Starting today, we're implementing performance reviews. Supervisor Huang, your target is simple. Sweep the entire sect clean, inside and out. Can't sweep. This old man has a bad back. I wasn't finished. Those who fail the review will have their monthly pay docked and their alcohol cut off. Sweep it leaf by leaf. I'd be sweeping until I'm buried in my grave. But for that drink, I suppose I must endure. Fine, let's get this over with quickly. Hey. Clean. Time to go back and drink. Detected. Employee Huang Jujian. Completed assigned task. Sweeping the sect. Determination. Effective work performed. Dispensing work feedback. Boss points x 200. Hey. Finally did some work for me. But that wasn't sweeping. That was demolition. Tian Run International Garden. Modern housewife kitchen oil jug. Huh. And monsters. Even the janitor of a nameless sword sect can blow us away with a single sword stroke. This sect is not to be trifled with. If even the floor sweeper is this terrifying, then inside the nameless sword sect, there must be hidden dragons and crouching tigers, unfathomably deep. I possess a heavenly spirit root. I trained for 3 years at the Qing Feng Sword School. My swordsmanship has reached mid-level sword warrior. Coming to your little sect is truly a waste of my talent. Heavenly spirit root, you say? All right, got it. What's your expected salary? Can you accept overtime? All of Chimi. Cultivation. Requires overtime too. No matter how high your spirit root is, if you can't create value for the company, you're zero. I need workers who can do the job, make money, and handle the pressure. Boss, I heard you're hiring. Meals and lodging included? I'd like to apply for a position too. Ding. Target individual detected. Name, Qian Duo. True identity, missing young master of the Wanbao Merchant Guild. True aptitude. God of wealth, bargain bin. God of wealth, bargain bin. I was just worrying about repaying those 3,000 spirit stones, and you deliver a god of wealth to my door. Ahem. Miss, I can tell from your face that you're a person of great fortune. My sect has just established a marketing department. The supervisor position is reserved for you. Marketing department supervisor? Such a high position. Is there a commission? Year-end dividends? Commission and dividends, yes. As long as you make money for the sect, the more you earn, the more you take home. Deal. Boss, you're generous. I'll sign. 3,000 spirit stones in debt, and we're relying on selling sword manuals and holding training courses to repay it? Boss, forgive my bluntness, but you're thinking too small. Oh, God of wealth, what's your grand plan? The biggest taboo in business is underselling yourself. To repay the debt, the first step isn't saving money, and it's not rushing to move product. It's rebranding the shabby sect of ours first into a prestigious clan none can look down upon. Brand packaging premium. Scarcity marketing. This isn't a god of wealth selling cheap. This is clearly a buried marketing genius. Well said, Supervisor Qian. I hereby declare. The Nameless Sword Sect brand upgrade project is officially launched. This leaky hall isn't called leaky. It's called an open concept cultivation space. Look up and see the stars. When it rains, bathe in heaven's spiritual dew. A state of unity between heaven and man that countless sects beg for. Those rundown dorms are called nature-embracing, sword-cultivated rados. No resources at all. Called adversity-forged elite education track. Leaks are called unity of heaven and man. Poverty is called elite education. This mouth turns rot into magic. I've been in business for years. Today I'm truly convinced. My nameless sword sect hides dragons and crouching tigers. Even the floor sweepers are peerless masters. Special sword art intensive class now open. Only 30 spots. First come, first served. Miss it, wait another 10 years. I set up a stall selling sword manuals for 30 spirit stones, and no one wanted them. With his packaging, spots are being snatched up like crazy. This is the power of branding. What is all this written here? Enemy strong, I run. Enemy weak, I show off. Can't win, just lie down on the spot. This is clearly a thug's brawling manual. Oh, this is... What kind of trash sect? What's signature sword art? This is clearly a money scamming scam. Let me see. Whether your shameless sword art can block one strike from me. Impossible. I'm a sword master. One strike, and I couldn't even wound a chi refining cultivator. I understand now. This manual doesn't teach a single sword move. It teaches the way. The highest realm of swordsmanship is making your opponent never guess your next move. And the hardest to predict is a shameless person. First move, fake injury. Before the enemy's sword even touches you, fall to the ground screaming first, then bite back with accusations. Second move, play dead. Wait for them to lower their guard, then strike. In this trump card move, flower shower, aim for the eyes and fling. This kid actually grasped the soul of this sword art. Heard you start a sword art class, specializing in crooked paths. Today the blood sword sect has come to meet. You ragtag bunch. Let go of me. You have no martial honor. If you got guts, face me in a fair duel. Fair and square. That's the game of you sword master lords. We rogue cultivators only care about one word: win. Boss, sign up to line up 3 li away. Our shameless sword art has completely blown up. What shameless sword art? Call it nameless sword sect, signature practical combat, swordsmanship. Mind a brand image. Spread my order. From today, ban the nameless sword sect. Within the Northern Wasteland, anyone who dares practice or spread their sword art will be treated as an enemy of the Snow Sword sect. Kill on sight. Oomph. Right? Albon. Ouch. The Bloodsword sect's young master personally advertises for me. This flood of traffic. I'll gladly accept it. What's going on? A sword art even the Snow Sword sect fears. How powerful must it be? I must learn a move or two no matter what. Everyone, the regular intensive class is full. We now introduce the advanced sword art class, one-on-one private tutoring, and from major merchant houses, escort agencies, corporate team building training. Clearly priced. No cheating children or elders. Great. Secmaster, great news. This month's revenue not only paid off that 3,000 spirit stone debt to drunken immortal medical hall, down to the last coin. The books also show a net profit of over 2,000. From a penniless one-man commander to debt cleared, losses turned to profit. The Nameless Sword sect has finally survived the hardest startup phase. Boss, we've earned our first pot of gold. Next, should this money go to expanding the sect? We're stocking up on snacks first. Just say the word. Neither. First money goes to salaries. Nameless Sword sect. From this day forward, we'll never owe a single coin of monthly pay to any employee. As for the remaining profit, I've already planned it. Half goes to building an employee cafeteria at the back mountain. Wine and meat at every meal. The other half builds a medical room. From now on, whoever gets hurt won't have to beg for credit at that black-hearted medical hall. Yes. Truly, Master. Giving birth. A manual. The ultimate shamelessness is invincible. An ancient sect guarding sword formation. The waters of the nameless sword sect run far deeper than I thought. Oomph. A storm is brewing. But what do I fear? These hidden masters under my command haven't even truly made a move yet. The ban order. My ban order got here. Instead became a notice spreading Chu Xiao's fame. Spreading across 3 provinces, Someone summon the Bloodguard Elder. Take your men and raise the nameless sword sect to the ground. Yi Wuchen and that girl's innate sword bone, bring them back alive. Leave no one else standing. Just a poor, clanking, broken sect. No need for me to go personally. Sect Master has ordered. That mysterious sect guarding sword lotus could shatter even his avatar. Do not take this lightly. This time, make it clean and thorough. No more failures. Yes. Register here for the advanced class. Fellow cultivator, do you have an appointment? Boss, at this rate, next month we can buy up the second compound on the neighboring mountain. Oomph. Haha. People of the nameless sword sect, listen up. Hand over Yi Wuchen and that innate sword bone obediently, and I may grant you a whole corpse. Peak Sword Emperor realm. I'm only at sword disciple cultivation now. No match at all. Warning, incoming Bloodguard. Peak Sword King realm. Current host, Sword Master cultivation. Power disparity extreme. Supplementary notice. Basic sect guarding sword formation. Remaining activations. 1. A Sword King is weaker than last time's Sword Venerable projection. But my sword formation only has 1 shot left. If I waste it on this elder, it's gone for good. What if the Snow Sword sect's main force presses in afterward? What do I have to block them with? This trump card tucked under the bed. Can't be revealed this early. This one is a guest of the Blood Sword sect. Apologies. Our sect's reception requires advanced booking. Courting death. The formation really can't be used. But taking this strike head on, I'd be meeting Master on the spot. Little, gone. Supervisor Huang. At the door, a big pile of ugly trash. Please do us the favor of cleaning it up. What's this trash doing out in broad daylight? Oh, that thing. Chin Hung, baby. Do you like the timing of my strikes? When sleepy, use lace gloves to pat. Disease, advertising. Everything I pour my all into, wiped out by a single sweep of a janitor's broom. That seemingly casual sweep. The sword energy was so perfectly rounded, handling the heavy as if it were light. This old janitor is unfathomably deep. Detected. Employee Huang Zhoujian completed standard duties. Cleaning house. Judged. Valid labor. Issuing work feedback. Boss points plus 300. Nice. Not only kept the sword manual as a trump card, but also scored free feedback. This is what they call turning a crisis into KPI. That old janitor is unfathomable. I can't beat him head on. But the sect master's orders cannot fail. Fine. Catch the leader first. Grab the innate sword bone first. The innate sword bone belongs to the Blood Sword sect now. What sword intent is this? A mere sword disciple. How can he have this emperor-like pressure? Oomph. Shuewei, you can't even handle a broken-down sect. The sect master was right about you. Looks like I had to come myself. That old janitor. His aura is unfathomable. A head-on clash is a mistake. Strike fast. Grab the kid and go. Bloodguard, hold off the old man. The rest of you, with me for the sword bone. Hey. Yeah. A jug of daughter's red. Sip slowly, it lasts me 3 days. And you just smash it? Then this debt goes on a tab. I'll collect it from your faces today. This man is a peerless sword saint. Bloodguard together, go all out. Detected. Employee Huang Jiujin exceeded standard duties. Cleaning house. Major anomaly. Judged. Exceptional performance. Issuing work feedback. Boss points X3000. TH 3000 boss points. 1 jug of wine for 2 Sword King elders plus 3000 points. Supervisor Huang, you're no janitor. You're the Sect's guardian money god. Boss. Work's done. Fights are fought. Don't you think my wine should be restocked? Add another jug. Count it as overtime. Restocked. Absolutely. Supervisor Huang, today your wine is on me. Every meal on me. 2 Sword King elders defeated in 1 move. If even a janitor has such sword Dao. Nameless Sword the Sect. It seems I must pay a visit myself. The old janitor who took down my 2 elders yesterday. Where's he? Sect Master Shui honors us with his presence. Forgive me for not welcoming you properly. But I must warn you first. That man yesterday? He really is just our janitor. Oomph. The nameless sword sect stands in the Northern Wasteland. I'm more than just a janitor. If the sect master insists on fighting, and disturbs a few of our closed-door elders, you'd best weigh the consequences carefully. Ha ha ha. A snot-nosed brat dares to bluff before me? Then let me see just how many old fossils this nameless sword sect is hiding. 1 strike from this, and the whole sect will be gone. Fine. For the boss, keeping my wine stocked. This old man will take this calamity for you. The aura of the 9 tribulations sword saint. You're the one who vanished long ago. A trace of residual sword intent in your meridians can wound me this badly. If you were at your peak, would I have any chance at all? Peak. This old man gave up fighting long ago. Now I just want a quiet drink. Watch the sect and sweep the floor. So, do you want to keep going? Or end it here? Sect Master, I warned you earlier. Disturb our closed-door elders, and you'd better think about the consequences. So, does this one meet your standards? Want me to bring out the others? To chat with you too? 1 hidden sword saint guarding the sect is already a huge problem, and this kid speaks with such certainty that there are more elders inside. If it's true, I might really fall here today. This nameless sword sect is far from simple. What exactly is behind it? Fine. A fine nameless sword sect indeed. Today's affair. I will remember. But your grudge with the blood sword sect will not end here. Hey. Especially you. Remnant of the eternal sword emperor. Haha. There will be another day. Ding. Sect successfully repelled a sword venerable level threat. Prestige value skyrocketing. New stage unlocked. Northern Wasteland 8 Great Sects candidate seat. Hosts current cultivation. Sword master realm, perfection. One again, one again. All I did the whole time was talk. And just by relying on these big shots under me, I bluffed the blood sword sect master into retreating. This is the pinnacle of being a boss. Earning money lying down, and winning the fight too. This broken down sect provides wine and protects its people. Fine, this old man will stay for now. Bloodsword sect, Shueya. The day my shattered dantian fully heals. This blood-deep grudge will be settled. Started with a debt of 3,000 spirit stones. And now, even sword venerables walk around us. Next step, the Northern Wasteland 8 Great Sects. That little stage can contain the nameless sword sect's ambition. Sect Master Chu, take me as your disciple. I can endure hardship, take beatings, and even bring my own bedding. The ultimate shamelessness is invincible. Any spots left in the advanced class? I'll pay triple the spirit stones. Key intel. The nameless sword sect's old janitor is suspected to be the Northern Wasteland's #1 sweeping sword saint. Sweeping the floor and getting a title out of it? The Northern Wasteland really hasn't seen the world. Outsiders only saw old Huang forceback Shueya with one strike. But I know. This old man's meridians are sealed. He was running on residual sword intent just now. The Bloodsword sect isn't done. And neither are our troubles. Friendly reminder. Hosts current cultivation, sword master realm, perfection. When facing a sword venerable's true body, it is recommended to keep smiling. You're really good at comforting people. Northern Wasteland Sect Alliance. Inspector Chu Xiao. Chu Xiao, Inspector of the Northern Wasteland Sect Alliance. Greets Sect Master Chu. Inspector Lu, perfect timing. Suli. Serve tea. Sect Master, this is our finest tea. Last time I made hangover soup for Steward Huang. The old man didn't finish it. There's still half a pot left in the corner. No need. I, Lu, have come today, solely for the Sect Alliance inspection. Sect Master Chu, the Alliance has received the echoes of the nameless sword sect's prestige. But the so-called Northern Wasteland 8 Great Sects candidate seat is not a reward, but a qualification. Qualification. To become a true candidate sect, 3 things are required. First, a sect guarding supreme treasure. Second, sect guarding combat power. Third, achievements enough to awe the Northern Wasteland. Why are you looking at the old man? The broom is not for sale. Inspector Lu. This object has followed Sword Dream for many years. It has swept blood sword sect elders. It has blocked the sword venerable's true body. Does that count as a sect guarding treasure? Sect Master Chu, the Alliance is not stupid. Boss, he's right. We've got fame and cash flow now. We've got old Huang managing the formation grounds. But to actually sit at the Northern Wasteland table, we still need something solid to put on the table. Having buzz. Without foundation, you can't stand firm. In 7 days, the Northern Wasteland Forbidden Ground, Longyuan Sword Tomb, will open. Legend says deep within the tomb lies the fortune-bearing sword embryo of the ancient nameless sword sect's first generation. The Longyuan Sword Embryo. This object can carry a sect's fortune. If the nameless sword sect seizes the Longyuan Sword Embryo, it can fill the gap of lacking a sect-guarding treasure and truly earn the qualification to challenge for the candidate seat. So, this is not a reward. It is the first trial the Alliance gives you. However, the Blood Sword Sect, Crimson Sky Sword Sect, Thunderbolt Sword Sect, and other major Northern Wasteland sects will also enter the Longyuan Sword Tomb. This trip is not treasure hunting. It is the first time all sects will directly assess the Nameless Sword sect. Ye Yuchen, Suliuruo, Vin Duodo, Supervisor Huang. Sectmaster. Meeting. Boss, is it an all-hands meeting or an operations meeting? Neither. It's a project kickoff meeting. The Nameless Sword sect's first large-scale treasure acquisition project. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo Acquisition Project is officially initiated. Sect Master Chu. If the Long Yuan Sword Embryo falls into the Blood Sword sect's hands, your Nameless Sword sect's candidate qualification ends here. Blood Sword Sect, Crimson Sky Sword Sect, Thunderbolt Sword Sect. Fine. Since this Northern Wasteland poker game demands treasures as chips, then the Nameless Sword sect will snatch back the entry ticket with our own hands. The Nameless Sword sect's first large-scale treasure acquisition project meeting officially begins. This operation's objective: simple and clear. First, enter the Long Yuan Sword Tomb. Second, seize the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Third, forge the Long Yuan Sword Embryo into our Nameless Sword sect's sect-guarding treasure. Fourth, earn the Northern Wasteland sect Alliance candidate qualification. Fifth, and while we're at it, slap the Blood Sword sect and Crimson Sky Sword sect in the face. And everyone who looks down on us. Manager Qian's summary is very corporate culture. Yi Wuchen, leader of the Treasure Acquisition Combat Team. Su Liuruo. Responsible for purifying the sword fiends and blood fiends in the tomb. Supervisor Huang. Let me say this first. The old man only sweeps floors, not fight to the death. You're responsible as the last resort combat power. Drink on normal days and scare people at critical moments. That position is actually reasonable. Qian Duo handles intelligence, supplies, and cost control. Shun Qinghe handles medical rescue. Tai Sanding handles equipment and formation-breaking tools. Bai Ziyuan handles external contracts, merit system, and risk clauses. Li Gosheng, you'll lead the low-rank disciples as the scouting team. As Sect Master. Scouting team. That name sounds like we'll be walking in front and dying in front. Who said you'd be cannon fodder? The scouting team's mission is reconnaissance, marking, and early warning. If you spot danger, retreat immediately. No fighting. Coming back alive counts as merit too. Sectmaster. Retreating counts as merit too. Then I request the Long Yuan Sword Tomb Field Acquisition Contract. Terms include travel allowance, merit settlement, casualty compensation, combat loss reimbursement, medical priority. And profit sharing after successful acquisition. Merit can also be exchanged for pills and weapons. Core slots, Hall Master Shun's treatment, Yi leaders, guidance, and 1 session of Supervisor Huang's instruction. When did the old man agree to give instruction? During field duty. Unlimited alcohol reimbursement. For the sect's great cause. The old man occasionally guiding the juniors isn't out of the question. Sectmaster, there's one more record. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo is connected to the ancient Nameless Sword sect. But if it gets corrupted by the Blood Sword sect, it will transform into the Blood Dragon Sword Embryo, becoming a vessel for the Blood Sword ancestors' remnant soul to revive. Uncle Yi Jian said, we must obtain this sword embryo. If the Blood Sword sect takes it, the Northern Wasteland will face great disaster. Then this time, it's not about making money, nor about playing the mysterious master. This time, the Nameless Sword sect must win. Sect-level treasure acquisition mission initiated. Target, Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Mission failure penalty. Sect candidate qualification sealed. Frozen. Ridiculous. My Chu Xiao's company barely made it to pre-funding. Whoever dares cut off my path to the top, I'll take their life. A mere sweeping old ghost could wound me this badly. Nameless Sword Venerable. Indeed, he cannot be left alive. Father, your son will personally go to the Long Yuan Sword Tomb. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo must not fall into Chu Xiao's hands. Correct. Once the nameless sword sect obtains the Long Yuan Sword Embryo, they'll have a sect guarding treasure. By then, they'll no longer be a small sect famous only through rumors, but one truly qualified to sit at the Northern Wasteland table. But if the Long Yuan Sword Embryo falls into our Blood Sword sect's hands, we can corrupt it into the Blood Dragon Sword Embryo. Haha. To nurture the Blood Sword ancestor's hidden soul. Your son understands. 3 tasks this trip. First, seize the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Second, seize Su Liurua's sword bone. Third, if the opportunity arises, kill Yi Wuchen and take his Sword Emperor remnant soul. That worthless dog Yi Wuchen. This time, your son will make sure he doesn't even get a chance at reincarnation. The Nameless Sword Sect also wants the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. A broken sect propped up by a sweeping old man dares to covet an ancient sword embryo. This city is nice. Plenty of taverns. Supervisor Huang. We're here for treasure, not tavern hopping. Treasure is treasure, but the drinking can't be delayed. So Yi Wuchen, the cripple whose Dantian was destroyed, who fled like a dog from the Blood Sword sect. You. The young peak master is speaking. A cripple like you better keep your head down and listen. A reject the Blood Sword sect didn't want. Can still be security chief at the Nameless Sword sect. Chu Xiao, your sect really isn't picky. Wu Chun, don't be impulsive. Forget it. Not being impulsive in a situation like this wouldn't be like you. This, what sword intent is this? Haha. Dantian destroyed. And you call him worthless? Then what am I? Scrap. In your Crimson Sky eyes, he's a cripple. In my Nameless Sword sect, he can suppress a Sword King with 1 strike. What right do you have to judge? Inside the Sword Tomb. Talking won't keep you alive long. Don't worry, our sect has professional security. Young sect master. What happened at the city gate today? Shut up. A Yi Wuchen with a ruined Dantian dares to make my Crimson Sky Sword sect lose face. Spread the order. Once inside the sword prison, cripple Yi Wuchen first, then seize the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. The Nameless Sword Sect. Spare no one. I heard that without a Long Yuan Sword token, you can only gamble on luck at the outer edge of the Sword Tomb. Only with a token can you enter the core Sword Hall. But there are only a few tokens. The great sects are all watching them. What chance do we rogue cultivators have? Crimson Sky takes by force. Mystic Thunder buys with money. Blood Sword kills and seizes tokens. Boss, this market environment is not friendly at all. Observe first. No ruse. The more chaotic it gets, the later you reveal your trump card. You few. Go in and test whether this gate token is real or fake. That's a broken formation. Going in will get you shredded by Sword Chi. Let's talk. To test a token for the Crimson Sky Sword Sect is a blessing you couldn't earn in several lifetimes. Ha ha ha. Treating low-rank cultivators as disposable materials. This playbook is a vile tradition passed down from Blood Sword Sect to Crimson Sky Sword Sect. Ligoshin, take people and seize the token. Sect Master, the ones across from us are the Crimson Sky Sword Sect. Afraid of death? Yes. Good. Fear is right. Those who fear death know best how to fight for a way to live. A bunch of rogue cultivator trash. You dare snatch what belongs to my Crimson Sky Sword Sect? Take the token and retreat. Don't linger. You're asking for death. This token was won by them through their own skill. Yes. Take one more step, and your sword breaks, and so do you. The low-ranked disciples of the nameless sword sect actually snatched a token right from the Crimson Sky sword sect's hands. And the key is, they did it with actual tactics. It's one thing for their experts to be strong, but even these low-rank rogue cultivators can be turned into chess pieces by Chu Xiao. The most troublesome thing about this sect isn't Old Huang. It's that everyone can be put to use. Miss, these are all spirit way stones. The spiritual energy is almost completely gone. What do you want them for? When I shop, I have one rule. I don't buy what's expensive. I only buy what can make a profit. Give me a bulk discount. Sect Master, these aren't waste. Put together, they form a map to a hidden entrance. A hidden entrance, hidden inside waste tokens. See that? This is called bottom fishing at a bargain price. Opportunities are often hidden where others aren't looking. Boss, you didn't plan this all along, did you? I planned, Jack. But hey, I'm the boss. Even if I didn't plan it, I got to pretend I did. Sect level treasure competition detected. Mission entering core phase. Boss Dominion seal activated. Dominion cell. At critical junctures, the host may harness the power of all official employees to condense the sect's dharma aspect, revealing divine might before all. Dragon Leap Sword City is opening. Young, has the ancient nameless master returned? Relax, baby, every nerve so fine. I want a feeling. How does it go? Where to? The violent kind. So this is the Long Yuan sword nest. We haven't even gone in yet. And my sword is already about to kneel. I heard the Long Yuan sword embryo is at the very deepest point. Whoever seizes it will have a chance to found a great sect. The Long Yuan sword tide is about to begin. Within the sword tide, fortunes are taken by your own hand, and life or death is your own responsibility. The sect alliance only records the final ownership. It will not interfere in sect conflicts. Chu Xiao, Ye Yuchen, Suliuru. This time, inside the sword tomb. You won't be so lucky. That sword strike at the city gate. I remembered it. In the sword prison, I'll make you kneel and pay it back. Everyone hear that? Everyone heard that? Relax, baby, every nerve so fine. We'll have a feeling I want. How does it go? The violent kind. This time, we're not here for sightseeing, and not here to ride the hype. There's only one goal. The Long Yuan sword embryo. If we don't seize it, the sect's reserve status is frozen. If we seize it, the nameless sword sect will have a true sect-guarding treasure, and a seat at the table of the Northern Wasteland's great sects. Sect Master, what if it's all great sect prodigies in there? We're just low-ranked disciples. Remember the project principles. If you can fight, fight. If you can't, mark the target. Once marked, retreat. You are not cannon fodder. You are the recon team. Yes. Supplies, supplements, and merit books, all packed. Whoever earns merit gets reimbursed. Whoever gets hurt goes straight through Home Master Shen's green channel. As long as there's still breath. Save the person first, settle accounts later. Hey. Field mission contract is now in effect. All casualties, combat losses, and contribution dividends will be executed per the terms. Then that old man's liquor reimbursement should follow the terms too, right? Don't treat the sword tomb like a liquor seller. Haha. The Long Yuan sword tomb is open. Seize the first step, and the fortune is ours. Disciples of the Crimson Sky Sword Sect. Follow me in. Blood Sword Sect, entering. Ha ha ha. No freelancing. Advance according to the project plan. MM. Humph. Queuing up for a treasure grab? Is the Nameless Sword Sect here for a spring outing? By the time they shuffle in, there won't even be soup left. Blind rushing is cannon fodder play. Organized advancement is how experts play. The fortune is right ahead. Whoever grabs it, owns it. Ah, my sword chi is out of control. Sect Master, the first trial is already this brutal? Everyone halt. Form a defensive formation. Oomph. Stop him quick. He's been corroded by the sword fiend. My sword chi is out of my control. Save me. Open the path with fiend-repelling talismans. Oomph. Mia soul fiend. How dare it block the path of my blood sword sect? Sect Master, they have talismans and blood fiends. What do we rely on? If it's just toughing it out with raw grit, I suggest we arrange our funeral arrangements first. Manager Chien, this is no time to be calculating burial costs. Sect Master, I can barely hold back my sword chi. Don't force it. Fall back to the rear. Can't even withstand the 10,000 sword fiend chi of the first trial. And you still dare come for the Long Yuan Sword Embryo? Oomph. The Nameless Sword Sect truly is all talk. Ha ha ha. Sulu, watch out. Brother Wu Chun. This time, let me handle it. My pressure isn't enough. Seal open. My sword energy is stabilized. Senior Sister Sue is way too strong. Haha. Thank you, miss, for saving my life. What kind of sword bone is this? It can purify the Long Yuan Sword Fiend. Innate Unblemished Sword Bone. This is the legendary Innate Unblemished Sword Bone. Unblemished Sword Bone. The Nameless Sword Sect was hiding a prodigy like this? Target confirmed. Su Lu's sword bone has awakened. The bone seizing plan can be moved up. I protect the people of the Nameless Sword Sect. Nice. The receptionist is finally more than just a receptionist. If anyone says our sect only relies on men to fight, I'll be the first to object. This is a bone-locking formation. The innate, unblemished sword bone belongs to the blood sword sect now. My sword bone. You're asking for death. Sulu, your sword bone will be the blood sword sect sooner or later. This isn't a complete bone-seizing formation. It's more like a mark. The blood sword sect has already set its sights on Sulu. Note it down. We'll settle this after the event. The blood sword sect's debts will be collected one by one. This forest looks even more sinister than before. The Maze Sword Forest. Broken sword armor, mirage paths, and formations all intertwined. The higher your cultivation, the easier it is to be misled by the intense sword intent. What mirage formation? My Crimson Sky Sword Sect will break it with one strike. Oomph. What's going on? Wasn't I just charging forward? This sword spirit fights back. Keep pushing forward. Anyone who retreats will be expelled from the sect. Sect Master, this place. Maybe we should let Supervisor Yi clear the path? No. In places like this, we can't have our strongest charging in blind. Scout team, move out. Hey, Sect Master. If I apply for a transfer to logistics now, is it too late? It's not too late. Logistics guard the formation too. The moment the formation breaks, you'll be the last to run. Legoshing of the scout team, guaranteeing mission completion. This is what you call scouting? Looks like a dog digging for bones. Huh. Stop. That path ahead is fake. How do you know? The sword marks point inward, but the wind blows outward. The real path wouldn't be so awkward. I was almost sliced into pieces. Minor injury, don't panic. Per sect protocol, this counts as a field injury. You'll get a stipend when we get back. At other sects, getting hurt like this would just get me called useless. Yay! A bunch of low-level rogue cultivators. How are they advancing more steadily than my Crimson Sky sect? Low-level disciples at other sects are just cannon fodder for scouting. But at the Nameless Sword sect, they can actually earn merits. What's truly terrifying about this sect isn't a few experts. It's that they can make even the weak valuable. Oomph. The Sword Heart Hall is ahead. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo's aura is inside. Thank you, Sect Master Chu, for scouting ahead for my Crimson Sky sect. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo? This young master wants it. Oomph. Trying to steal this boss's achievements? Fine, but let's see if what's in this shop recognizes you as a legitimate customer. So this is the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. A sect-guarding sword embryo capable of bearing a sect's destiny. Truly no ordinary object. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo belongs to my Crimson Sky holy sect. Go! The Long Yuan Sword Embryo rejected the Crimson Sky Young Master. Impossible. My Crimson Sky Sword sect has 1,000 years of heritage. Why won't it acknowledge me? Maybe it's picky. The Blood Fiend formation is corrupting the celestial embryo. Damn it. They're trying to refine the Long Yuan Sword Embryo into a Blood Spirit Sword Embryo. Yi Wuchen, hold them off. Understood. Leave it to us. Kill. Silence. Kill. Sword Emperor's sword intent. My unblemished sword bone. They can actually suppress the Blood Fiend formation together. The Nameless Sword sect isn't just strong because of that sweeping old man. These two youngsters are absurdly strong too. One stabilizes the sword embryo. The other purifies the Blood Fiend. This teamwork seems tailor-made for the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Is it choosing its master? It didn't choose me. Nor me. It's not waiting for a single sword cultivator. It's waiting for an entire sect that can bear it. Chu Xiao, your Nameless Sword sect's people can fight. But you, the sect master, are you just going to hide behind him? Yi Wuchen faced Su Lu's Blood Fiend from the start. Even the low-level disciples scouted ahead for you. But you, the mighty sect master, since the sect's founding, have you ever personally made a single move? Here it comes. Finally, what a boss fears most isn't a hard project. It's the client calling the boss out to present in person. Sect-level treasure acquisition mission entering final phase. Initiate boss seal? No more hiding. Since you all want to see this sect master make a move, then watch closely. This is the Sect-Dharma aspect. The Sect-Dharma aspect sounds impressive, but that boss seal drained way too fast. System, is this a boss seal or a money-burning seal? Boss seal activated. Host is advised to maintain sect master dignity. Avoid letting distress over boss seal expenditure affect your aura. The most dignified thing about me right now is that I haven't burst into tears on the spot. This kid's using the old man's sword robe to show off again. Oomph. I contributed too. In my Nameless Sword sect. Even being afraid of death can become a Dao. He can command the power of an entire sect. This isn't borrowing strength. This is fusing everyone's Dao into a single sect. Impossible. You're not just relying on your employees to save face. How are these people's powers actually being unified by you? Monarkanime sword sect does not seek one person's supremacy. It seeks all swords returning to the sect. No, Long Yuan Sword Embryo. I am a young master of the Crimson Sky Sword Sect. You should acknowledge me. It didn't acknowledge the sect master as an individual. It acknowledged the nameless sword sect, which means it acknowledged all of us. This is great. We finally have a sect guarding treasure we can put on the table. It looks cool and all, but 3 more breaths of this, and I might have to perform a sect master collapse on the spot. This kid's not just all talk. Congratulations, host. Phase objective complete. Long Yuan Sword Embryo has acknowledged the sect. Preliminary foundation for the nameless sword sect's supreme treasure established. Oh no. The sword embryo has left its position. The sword heart hall is collapsing. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo has awakened. To refine the sword embryo, one must obtain the Starfall Sword Flame of the 7-star Sword Palace. Starfall Sword Flame. Looks like this sect guarding treasure is only half finished. Everyone, evacuate. Exit the sword hall via the original route. 7-star Sword Palace. Starfall Sword Flame. Let's go. Next objective secured. Retreat along the original route. Scouts take the lead. Wounded in the middle. Yi Wuchen covers the rear. This way, it's safe. Don't step on the red formation nails. That side will collapse. Recover the Iron 3's garrison soldiers, if possible. That's all cost. Manager Qian is about to lose his life, and you're still counting this? It's precisely in times like these that we must not waste money. Ha ha ha. Others flee wishing they had extra legs. Yet the Nameless Sword Sect is still salvaging supplies. This sect even retreats like it's been rehearsed. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo was actually seized by the Nameless Sword Sect, the sect guarding treasure. That thing can carry a sect's entire destiny. Stop staring. Stare all you want, I can't pull out a second copperfish seal. That blast just now almost burned me into boss jerky. Kid, your legs are shaking. It's the aftershock of the sect master's dharma aspect. Stiff upper lip, aren't we? Bloodsword Sect's Sword Envoys. They're after the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Chu Xiao. Hand over the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. And we might just leave your Nameless Sword Sect a few intact corpses. You people from the Bloodsword Sect talk like you all graduated from the same villain training camp. Every line is a cliché. Zero originality. You. That's the Bloodlock suppressing the Sword Embryo. You want the Sword Embryo? Ask my sword first. You. Ugh. This kid's cultivation is clearly unremarkable. So why is his sword intent so terrifying? Break. An innate, unblemished sword bone. It can actually break the Bloodlock. Swept away the trash, blocking the path. Yi Wuchen slays one. Su Lu breaks the Bloodlock. The sweeping old man knocks an envoy flying with one sweep of his broom. From sect master to janitor, there's not a single normal one in the Nameless Sword Sect. By Jing, record the battle merits. Qian Duo, tally the battle losses. Shun Xingha, treat the wounded. Tai Sanjin, inspect the equipment. Yes. Li Gousheng, count the junior disciples. Ye Yuchan Ripelet Asyort Envoy. Record a major merit. Record a major merit. Sulu broke the bloodlock. Record a major merit. Manager Huang cleared an abnormal target. Record 1 overtime session. Double drinks for overtime. Write it down, write it down. Secmaster. I was only responsible for messaging and escorting the wounded. Does that count as merit? Of course it counts. Bringing people back alive on the battlefield is merit. Yes. After battle, no credit grabbing, no blamesiftin. Settle on the spot. What kind of sect is the Nameless Sword sect? Go back and tell the Sectmaster. From now on, we can't treat the Nameless Sword sect like an ordinary sect anymore. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo is merely an unrefined sword core. Without the 7-star sword demon's Starfall, sword flame, it can never become a true sect-guarding divine sword. Chu Xiao, this seat will see how long you can protect it. This is our Nameless Sword sect's sect-guarding treasure. Who dare say we lack heritage now? Sect guarding treasure secured. Our candidate qualification is solid. This startup called the Nameless Sword sect finally has a core asset. Sect Master Chu, celebrating a bit early, aren't we? Sect Master Chu, the Sect Alliance is here to confirm the ownership of the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Confirm it. The Sword Embryo is right here. Not hidden, not pawned, and not on a payment plan. Manager Qian, put away that dangerous look in your eyes. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo has acknowledged the Nameless Sect as its sect. So what if it acknowledges the sect? It's still just a sword core. Indeed, it is not a true sect-guarding divine sword. The core is unrefined, its edge unformed. If this counts as a sect-guarding treasure, it's a bit of a joke. The Nameless Sword sect's reputation may be small, but is its heritage truly? Boss, these people are just jealous. But they're not entirely wrong. The Long Yuan Sword core truly hasn't been fully refined. Trouble. We grabbed a thing, but it's still a half-finished product. What do capital markets fear most? A core product still in R&D. The sect's doubts aren't entirely unfounded. For the Long Yuan Sword Embryo to become a true sect-guarding divine sword, it must be tempered with the Starfall sword flame from the 7-star Sword Palace. The 7-star Sword Palace? 1 month from now, the 7-star Sword Palace will open. Prodigies from all sects in the Northern Wasteland will participate. Whoever seizes the Starfall sword flame can truly forge the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Sect Master Chu. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo may have temporarily acknowledged your sect, but that doesn't mean your Nameless Sword sect can truly keep it. No one in the 7-star Sword Palace will go easy on you. Rest assured, from day 1 of our startup, we never counted on others going easy. The Nameless Sword sect will participate in the 7-star Sword Palace. Sect Master Chu, are you sure? The 7-star Sword Palace is different from the Long Yuan Sword Master. It's where the true prodigies of the Northern Wasteland compete. The Snow Sword Sect, Crimson Sky Sword Sect, and Dark Thunder Sword Sect will all be there. Perfect. We took the Long Yuan Sword Embryo, and we'll take the Starfall Sword Flame too. Recalculate the budget for the 7-star Sword Palace project. Pills, talismans, equipment, intel. Prepare double of everything. No, triple. Blood Sword Sect, Blood Force, 7-star Sword Palace. We'll be waiting for you. Next time, I won't let the Blood Sword Sect mark my sword bone so easily. Remember, if you can't win, hide first. If you can't hide, roll. After rolling, counterattack. The core tactic of our Nameless Sword Sect is survive and output. Senior Brother Lee, what's this move called? Tactical Immortality. The name's ugly, but it fits our sect's vibe. What's a consultant for? Scaring people while drinking. This old man's good at that. Ding. New stage mission unlocked. 7-star Sword Palace. Objective. Seize the Starfall Sword Flame. Refine the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. The objective is clear. 7-star Sword Palace. Starfall Sword Flame. Whoever stands in the way of our Nameless Sword sect's sword forging is a risk to me. They must be eliminated. Blood Force. Core shattering sword nurturing art. Using the shattered old core as a furnace. Prodigy. Good. The steadier Wu Qin suggestions are, the more secure I feel as the boss. Employee growth is the company's sturdiest moat. Su Yiruo, if you can't hold on, stop immediately. No need. The Bloodsword sect won't stop just because I'm in pain. Next time, if they try to lock my sword bone with Blood Fiend again, it won't be so easy. Excellent. Our receptionist can not only receive clients, but now she can purify them too. Everyone, remember, the 7-star Sword Palace is a major competition. We can't just mess around, so we need to take all those previously forbidden moves and make them legal. For example, throwing sand. It's not called throwing sand. It's called creating tactical vision disparity, clinging to a strong leg, restricting enemy movement, plain dead, inducing opponent misjudgment. The rules only say no poison, hidden weapons, or dark arts. They don't say you can't do a tactical slip. Temporarily legal. I feel like our sect is turning shameless sword art into compliant sword art. Sounds even more shameless, but also more professional. We can't mass-produce high-tier artifacts yet, but low-tier disciples can afford them. And if broken, they can be repaired. That's the key. Right, equipment doesn't have to be expensive, but it has to save lives. Anyone with unhealed internal injuries is not allowed to compete. Those with unstable spiritual energy, go regulate your breathing first. Toughing it out while injured isn't bravery. It's causing trouble for the medical hall. Hall Master Shun, I can still fight. You can fight. But I'll knock you out first. I'll go regulate my breathing. Boss, I've analyzed it. The outside world thinks 7-star Sword Palace's odds of getting the flame are low. If we open an official Nameless Sword sect betting pool now, and we bet on ourselves to win, the odds would make us a fortune. No. Why? Sect disciples cannot gamble on their own lives and victories. This isn't gambling. This is a financial instrument. No. Yes, Hall Master Su. Not bad. Manager Qian handles making money. Su Lu handles making sure he doesn't make it too unscrupulously. Corporate governance structure. Gradually becoming healthy. Warning, boss command seals stability insufficient. Forced activation may cause host spiritual energy depletion. Soul shock. Fainting in public. The first two, I can understand. The last one is specifically to scare me, isn't it? Based on host personality. Fainting in public would be the most damaging to the host. You really know the boss's weak points. Notice. To upgrade the boss command seal, need more employees' genuine loyalty, and more sect battle merits. In other words, I can't just rely on putting on a show. I have to actually lead them to victory. The stronger the sect, the more they trust me. The steadier I stand as their boss. 7-star Sword Palace seizes the Starfall Sword Flame to forge the Longyuan Sword Embryo. This battle, the Nameless Sword sect must win. That's the Nameless Sword sect that took the Longyuan Sword Embryo. I heard they are after the Starfall Sword Flame this time. Ye Yu-Chen. This time, I'll beat you back into a waste. You can try. Starfall Sword Flame. Longyuan becomes a sword. A new project has launched. 7-star Sword Palace has multiple trials. To seize the Starfall Sword Flame, one must pass the Star Palace's recognition. Failures are immediately eliminated. Those who force their way through bear the consequences of life and death themselves. They're the Nameless Sword sect that took the Longyuan Sword Embryo. I'd like to see if they can keep creating miracles. Miracles? 7-star Sword Palace relies on true talent, not on some sweeping old man propping up the scene. Sect Master Chu, 7-star Sword Palace is not the Longyuan sword platform. The first trial here will weed out a bunch of talentless frauds. Sect Master, why did he look at me when he said frauds? Be confident, he was looking at you. Sect Master, your way of comforting people is really something. The Starfall Sword Flame is inside. Whether the Longyuan sword platform can truly forge a sword depends on this very moment. First trial, talent steal. Contestants leave their mark. The deeper the sword mark, the higher the talent. Those recognized by the steel may enter the second trial. Crimson Sky, Fire Spirit Root, Superior Sword Posture may enter the second trial. Mystic Thundersword Body, Superior Sword Posture may enter the second trial. Your turn, Sect Master Chu. You're not going to send the sweeper for the first trial too, are you? This old man only handles consulting, not taking exams. Li Goxing, you're up. Haha. A low-tier disciple from a loose, cultivator background dares to test his talent. Does the Nameless Sword sect have no one left, sending a coward to embarrass themselves? Haha. Sect Master, if I embarrass myself, can I still get some compensation? Sure. If you pass, it counts as battle merit. Then let me try, Ha ha ha. This counts as a sword mark. A mosquito hitting it would leave a deeper mark. Sect Master Chu. This is your Nameless Sword sect's genius. Why is there a second mark? Ordinary aptitude. Extremely strong survival instinct. May enter the second trial. I passed. Senior brotherly passed. Being afraid can get you through. That's called extremely strong survival instinct. Haha. Talent isn't the only metric. Living long is also a talent. So ordinary aptitude doesn't mean there's no path forward. Living long. That depends on whether I let you live. Hey. Blood, Sword Demon Valley. Extremely dangerous. May enter the second trial. Ye Yu Chen. Second trial, the play. Second trial, Star Bridge. Contestants must cross the Star Bridge to reach the other side. Those who fall are eliminated. This sword wind suppresses spiritual energy. Mere sword wind dares to block my Crimson Sky Sword sect. Haha, let's see who reaches the other side first. Only the weak need to find a path. No wonder it's Shueli. The Star Bridge, Sword Wind can't stop him at all. Those low-tier disciples of the Nameless Sword sect probably won't make it across, right? Senior Brotherly, this bridge is so narrow. The clouds below are so deep. If I fall, does it count as a work injury? Elimination doesn't count. Falling and getting hurt counts. Falling to your death is calculated separately. Manager Qian, don't itemize accounts at a time like this. Chu Xiao, you brought these low-tier disciples here. Are you planning to add to 7-star Sword Palace's entertainment? Can't even step on the bridge, and you still want the Starfall Sword Flame. Remember the pre-match training. Yes. What do the rules require? Only require crossing the Star Bridge. No rule says you must walk upright, or fly on a sword, or look good doing it. Got it, brothers. Don't show off, go with the safest method. Cough. He got down. Don't stand. Lower center of gravity, more stable. Hug the edge, wait for the sword wind to pass, then move. This is so ugly to watch, but they really aren't getting blown off. Damn it. The sword wind gets stronger further in. Third wave of sword wind coming from the left. Everyone hug right. Forget face, save your life. Roger. Forget face, save your life. Although this scene really doesn't look like a proper sect. But pragmatism is always the Nameless Sword sect's #1 productive force. Tactics effective. Suggest naming it. Low-profile Star Bridge crossing method. Could package it as a paid course. Let's not sell that one. Too damaging to the brand image. A bunch of shameless bastards. Passing depends on the result, not the posture. Young Sect Master Xiao. Pretty posture earns no points. Damn. I passed. I am alive. I passed. Nameless Sword Sect. Passes the second trial. They're not strong. But they're just too good at surviving. These ordinary disciples of the Nameless Sword Sect. Why is each one harder to eliminate than the last? Detected. Ordinary disciple completed high-pressure trial. Sect cohesion increased. Boss Dominion Seal stability slightly improved. So even ordinary disciples passing can boost sect cohesion. Good. Very good. The mystic arts aren't raised in vain. The disciples don't train in vain either. Being good at surviving doesn't mean you can win. Third trial, Star Arena rules. Sect free-for-all. Just barely survived. Now the free-for-all? All personnel, hear my command. Deploy according to the pre-match tactical system. Third trial, Sect free-for-all. Disciples of all sects compete on the same field. The more members you have left standing, and the more complete your faction, the higher your score. Crimson Sky Disciples, charge with me. First, crush the weak sects. Then, surround and kill the strong enemies. The weak fall back. The strong lead the way. Young master, we can't hold them. If you can't hold with your lives. They actually use their own people as cannon fodder. See, other sects fight with cannon fodder. We fight with systems. Nameless Sword Sect, deploy according to pre-match tactical system. Yi Wuchen, responsible for frontal assault. Yes. Su Liuhua, purify the core. Protect the central formation. Understood. Li Goxing, Rakunai Sensa. Ordinary disciples, form groups of 3. Protect each other. Do not chase enemies alone. Hear that? Groups of 3. Anyone isolated loses battle merits. Shenxinghe, set up a temporary medical point. No replenishment for Jia Sanjin. Replenish Xiang Baiji Yuan. Due to rule changes, Qian Duo, coordinate and allocate resources. Don't worry. Spirit stones, pills, talismans, not a single one will be wasted. Fight us head on, if you dare. We can drag you to death. Why will we fight you head on? Individually, the Nameless Sword Sect disciples aren't strong. But how are they getting more stable the longer they fight? They're not dueling. It's like they're fighting a small-scale sect war. The strong charge. The weak follow. That's traditional sect tactics. But Chu Xiao actually managed to give everyone a role to play. How is this possible? My Crimson Sky disciples clearly have higher cultivation. Higher cultivation doesn't mean a stronger sect. This turtle formation of a Nameless Sword Sect is somewhat interesting. But no matter how stable the formation, once the core shatters, it will collapse all the same. Suryu, I, the Blood Thousand Hall, will take your sword palace. Blood Force. Central formation, defend. Yi Wuchen, push them back. This time, I won't be afraid of you. Innate, unblemished sword bone. Belongs to my Snow Sword Sect now. Hey. Xueli, you're asking for death. Yi Wuchen, you're not getting past me. Get out of my way. Senior Sister Su. His sword bone is being suppressed. This Xueli is specifically targeting him. Supervisor Huang, don't move yet. If we don't move, that girl will be at a disadvantage. I know Su Lu can't be just the one protected forever. The Blood Sword Sect is after his sword bone, but what he truly needs to defeat isn't Xueli. It's the self that's always been afraid of having everything taken away. Su Liu. You think joining the Nameless Sword Sect changes anything? An innate sword bone is meant for strong. People like you are only fit to be sword bone vessels. The Mystic Palace is not a sacrifice. And your sword bone is not your entire worth. I no longer need to be protected. What? My sword bone is not something your Blood Sword Sect can take. Are you insane? Actively releasing your sword bone will only make it easier for me to take it. The Trilene Knot. Visible, not decorative, load-bearing. Viewers are advised to save this. DY912809996911 knot. No knots Yishijaiji. Impossible. The Bloodbone Nail specifically counters innate sword bones. How could you purify it? Because I'm no longer afraid of it. Ugh. The blood force is being pushed back, and pushed back by Su Lu head-on. Wooming Sword Sect, this woman, is actually the strong too. Suryu. You can now wield the sword on your own. My sword bone has never belonged to anyone. It belongs only to me, Su Lu of the Nameless Sword Sect. Senior Sister Su is amazing. After this battle, I've already thought of the recruitment slogan for the unblemished sword hall. Not bad. This receptionist finally got promoted to the face of the company. A proper Su Lu of the Nameless Sword Sect. That thing is not right. Since you all enjoy struggling so much, then let me show you the Snow Sword Sect's true trump card. This formation is suppressing my sword bone. Ye Yuchen, Su Liu. You really thought my Blood Sword Sect would come unprepared? This is an incomplete Blood Sword formation, but it's enough to suppress the Sword Lord's memories and the unblemished sword bone. Sect Master, what do we do? This thing doesn't look like we can solve it by rolling through. Don't rush him blindly. The blood formation runs on nodes. First, find a formation eye. This formation burns blood energy, not spirit stones. These maniacs of the Blood Sword Sect, they truly treat human lives as consumables. Ye Yuchen. Don't you want revenge? Do you know where the remains of the Yi family ended up back then? What did you say? The entire Yi family was refined into the blood sword pool. Your parents' bones, your clansman's blood, all became fertilizer for my Blood Sword Sect's sword nurturing. Brother Wuchen, his aura is in chaos. Rage, go mad. As long as you lose control, this blood formation can devour your Sword Emperor's remnant soul. Revenge must be taken, but your life must be kept too. The company trained you, not to feed you to the enemy. If I lose control, I'd be playing right into his hands. Hatred can be the sword's edge, but it cannot be the sword's seed. Shueli, you want to see me go mad? Too bad you're not worthy. He actually suppressed his inner demon? Right, he's breaking the formation eye. Now, that's the security director. Not some guard who charges out swinging at every shout. I'll help you. Impossible. You should have been consumed by hatred. Why are you still so calm? Because the me right now is not just the orphan of the Yi family. I'm also a security soldier of a Nameless Sword Sect. Yi Wuchen, just you wait. Deep within the 7-star Sword Palace lies something you've wanted since your past life. If you dare, I'll be waiting there. Detected. Employee Yi Wuchen has broken through heart demon suppression. Sword Dao comprehension increased. Host feedback settlement in progress. Boss, Kong reading stability slightly increased. Damn, not only can the employee fight, he can also level up the boss's system proficiency. This charge wasn't a kill. It was to deliver training experience. Third round complete. Nameless Sword Sect has the highest faction integrity. Ranked first. That's the aura of the Starfall Sword Flame. Shueli. I will go. Starfall Sword Flame. This flame can forge the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. The target has finally appeared. As long as we get this flame, the Long Yuan Sword Embryo can truly become a sword. And the Nameless Sword Sect's Sect Guarding Divine sword will be complete. The Starfall Sword Flame belongs to our Mystic Thunder Sword Sect. Block the Nameless Sword Sect. Advance according to plan. Yi Wuchen, Su Liuruo, open the path. Li Goxing, break the outer perimeter. Tai Sanjin, stabilize the star platform's formation lines. Shun Qinghe, suppress the fire poison. Bai Zhiyao, break the restrictions. Qian Duo, monitor resource flow. Yes. Yes. Stand in my way and die. The fire poison will erode your meridians. Don't tough it out. 3 per group. Hold them off and we win. Don't play hero. Anyone who charges in alone, I'll have the Sect Master dock your battle merits. Ha ha. Why are the Nameless Sword Sect people so annoying? Being annoying is also a tactical asset. The star platform formation lines are too chaotic. Give me some time. If we don't stabilize it, the star flame will explode. I'll suppress the fire poison. You focus on fixing the formation. Hey, The restriction has 3 layers. The first layer recognizes Sword Chi. The second recognizes Sect Fortune. The third recognizes the Sect Master. What does that mean? The one who ultimately claims the Starfall Sword Flame must be a Sect Master. No matter how strong the disciple, they cannot replace the Sect Master. I knew it. At a core node like this, sooner or later, the boss has to step up personally. Before you go, this sword sect is really going to get the Star Flame? Chu Xiao, you're making your employees fight for you again. Your employees seize the Longyuan Sword Embryo for you, and they're seizing the Starfall Sword Flame for you too. Do you, as Sect Master, dare to step onto that star platform yourself? Sect Master, should we talk back? From a cost perspective, the boss going in person carries extremely high risk. Star Flame Acquisition Mission entering final phase. Initiate Boss Sovereign Seal, second form. Sect Master Spiritual Platform? Who said the boss only gives orders? Today I'll show you what it means when a project lead personally accepts the final deliverable. Sect Master. Come on, Longyuan. Time for judgment. Just this one flame left. This isn't collecting a flame. This is making the boss stand at the center of an exploding project to sign the acceptance form. Boss Sovereign Seal, second form. Sect Master Spiritual Platform, initiating. Sect Master, I'll open a path for you. The Star Flame contains fire poison. Sect Master, don't tough it out. Don't burn up the old man's liquor money. Sect Master, the dangerous path isn't fully stable yet. Don't let your heart fire run wild. I'll stabilize the formation lines. Yes. Every bit of this is money. But this investment must pay off. The Star Platform acknowledges the rules. Sect Master accepts the Star Flame. Nameless Sword Sect designated as owner. Contract established. Sect Master, just focus on collecting the flame. We'll protect your meridians. Boss, collect the flame safely. No showing off. That blessing sounds ominous, but very much in our sect style. Impossible. He's not simply borrowing power. He's commanding the entire sect. Chu Xiao. What Dao exactly do you cultivate? I don't cultivate the Dao of one person. The Star Flame returns to the sect. The Starfall Sword Flame was actually claimed by Chu Xiao. He's just a small sect master, and he actually got the Star Platform to acknowledge the Nameless Sword Sect. This is no small sect. This already has the bearing of a great sect. The Sect Master protected all our strength. My formation lines actually merged into the Longyuan Sword Embryo. My fortune can forge swords too. This kid is becoming more and more like a true Sect Master. The Sect Master's Dao truly isn't the Dao of one person. 3 more seconds of looking cool. 3, 2, 1. Damn, my legs are numb. Boss, are you about to fall over? I'm just meditating on the lingering essence of the Star Flame. Of course. At this point, even if the boss said he was sleeping on the spot, people would probably believe he was comprehending the Dao. Chu Xiao. The Starfall Sword Flame is just the beginning. Ye Yuchen. We will meet again soon. Now that the Longyuan Sword Embryo is awakened, the 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace will also emerge. 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace? Just finished with the flame? Now, a furnace? Damn. This sect-guarding Divine Sword project really is one step after another. You gotta be kidding. It's collapsing again? Why are these ancient ruins more fragile than the last? It's not that they're fragile. It's that after the Star Flame was taken, the core power sustaining the Sword Palace is gone. Everyone, evacuate. In tactical formation, the wounded go first. Qian Duo, inventory the supplies. Tai Sanjin, stop collecting the floor tiles. Sect Master, I wasn't going to collect them, though those tiles do look pretty valuable. Manager Qian, your life is worth more than floor tiles. I know, but we can't just lose everything either. Chu Xiao, the Crimson Sky Sword Sect will remember this humiliation today. Noted. For billing, see Manager Qian. For revenge, please book an appointment. The grudge-holding service is not yet available, but we can accept a deposit. The star chart fragment of a 9-turn Heavenly Palace furnace is here after all. Shuali took this star chart. I'll chase her. Don't chase. The palace is about to collapse. If she dare to take it, she'll show herself eventually. I'll be waiting. The Starfall Sword Flame belongs to the nameless sword sect. Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Starfall Sword Flame. The nameless sword sect is really going to forge their sect-guarding divine sword. One step remains. We have the sword embryo. We have a sword flame. But without a true artifact-forging treasure as the furnace, the sword cannot be completed. Sect Master, the star chart that Shuali took, is connected to the 9-turn Heavenly Palace furnace. So, the Long Yuan sword still lacks a furnace. Not just any furnace. The 9-turn Heavenly Palace furnace. 9 turns of the Heavenly Palace. Forge the sword, establish the sect. That's not a chi-refining furnace. It's an artifact-forging treasure that can refine a sect's fortune into a sword. This is detected. Abnormal bloodline activity in employee Tai Sanjin. Qualification supplemented. Heavenly Palace Swordbone. Establishes a hereditary link between Tai Sanjin and the 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace. Damn, I thought he was just a furnace-exploding employee. Turns out he's the hidden MVP of the equipment line. So, I don't just explode furnaces. Of course not. Every furnace you explode from now on could be a necessary trial before success. Sect Master. Boss, that sounds like encouragement. But think about it. It's expensive. The goal is clear now. For the Long Yuan Sword Embryo to truly become a sword, we must find the 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace. The Blood Fiend took the star chart, meaning the Blood Sword sect has its eyes on it too. Then we can't let them get it first. Manager Qian, check the latest news on the 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace. What's wrong? Boss, if I'm not mistaken, the 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace should be in 10,000 Treasures Ancient City. 10,000 Treasures Ancient City. The largest trading city in the Northern Wasteland, and the core territory of the 10,000 Treasures Chamber of Commerce. Hid for so long. Still have to go back. Next stop, 10,000 Treasures Ancient City. Qian Duo. You're finally coming back. So this is 10,000 Treasures Ancient City. I feel like even the floor tiles here are worth more than our sect's roof beams. Not just a feeling. They really are worth more. The 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace is really here. Clear objective. In 3 days, bid on the 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace remnant. Boss, this place is deep water. Better not reveal our full hand before buying. Manager Qian, you seem more nervous than usual. Me? I'm just showing respect for the market. That's not respect. That's a debtor who fled and came back to find creditors at the door. Manager Huang, if you can't talk properly, talk less. He's Qian Duo, the young master of the chamber who vanished for years. He actually came back. Manager Qian, young master? Didn't you say you used to be just a small-time peddler? Haha, there are many kinds of ordinary, right? Cousin. Away from home this long. Finally willing to come back? Qian Tian. The hottest heir of the 10,000 Treasures Chamber right now. So Qian Duo really is the chamber's missing young master? Gave up being the chamber's young master to be some manager at a broken-down sect? Cousin, you really do the chamber proud. Correction. In my nameless sword sect, he's not just some manager. He's the marketing department manager. Official position. Full contract. Excellent performance reviews. So you're Chu Xiao. Yes. Next time, remember to book an appointment before speaking. Quite the nameless sword sect. Heard you want to bid on the 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace remnant. That furnace was destined for me anyway. Destined? 10,000 Treasures Ancient City doesn't run on destiny. It runs on money, qualifications, and credit. The 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace furnace remnant is this auction's grand finale item. To participate in bidding, you must first pass the chamber's qualification review, and then? The nameless sword sect lacks assets. Lacks credit. Sect-Protecting unstable. By the rules, you are not qualified to enter the finale auction hall. Shan, you're doing this on purpose. These are the chamber's rules. If cousin disagrees, you can also go through the young master assessment process. Earn 1 million spirit stones in 3 days. Prove your business acumen. And prove the Nameless Sword sect deserves a seat at the auction. 3 days? 1 million spirit stones? Isn't that just a setup to fail? An ordinary sect couldn't earn that in a year. If you can't do it, then the 9 Revolutions Heavenly Palace Furnace Remnant. You're not even worthy to lay eyes on. Boss, this assessment is rigged. He's just trying to force us out. Manager Qian, scared? Losses I can stomach. But profits? I never back down. Then we accept. Sect Master Chu, think carefully. The Chamber's assessment isn't like your Nameless Sword sect's cheap course-selling tricks. Who said we only sell courses? 3 days, 1 million spirit stones. Shan, you think this is humiliation? No, this is a financing window you just opened for my Nameless Sword sect. The Nameless Sword sect accepts the Chamber's assessment. Good. I'll see you at the auction in 3 days. Don't fail to even get through the door. Manager Qian, call a project meeting. Understood. The 10,000 Treasures Ancient City Profit Project is officially initiated. Let's see what my dear cousin has learned. All these years away from home. Selling a few shabby sword manuals? Or running some low-tier courses? Future returns. What is this? Doesn't sound like selling courses. Sounds like selling dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the Nameless Sword sect sells no sword manuals, no wooden swords, and no low-tier courses. What we sell is the future. Manager Qian, that makes you sound even more like a con artist. Patience. True masters always confuse people first. Item 1. Zekva merit bonds. Purchase in advance. Ladies and gentlemen, when Nameless Sword sect disciples generate returns from projects like the 7-Star Sword Palace, Wanbao, Sword Embryo sect plaques, and others, you'll be repaid proportionally in spirit stones or cultivation resources. So you're saying, I invest in you now, betting you'll be stronger later. Not betting. We will become stronger. Item 2. Course licensing revenue share. The Nameless Sword sect's signature practical sword arts can be licensed to martial halls and smaller sects to open branch schools. Revenue settled monthly. Manager Bai Jiying handles contract guarantees. All revenue shares written into the contract. Breach of contract, 10x penalty. Item 3. Medical cooperation vouchers. Hall Master Shun's medical hall can provide partner sect disciples with priority treatment slots. Limited issuance. First come, first served. That's useful. Our disciples do trials every year. Medical costs alone are a fortune. Item 4. Custom equipment restocking. Manager Tai Sanjin will provide partners with pre-ordered low-tier standard equipment. Prices 30% below market. Follow-up repairs at member pricing. Not flashy, but it can take a hit. And if it breaks, it can be fixed. Equipment we can afford, and it can be repaired. The Nameless Sword sect doesn't just serve prodigies. It also serves ordinary cultivators who want to survive. Sounds nice. But what makes them believe the Nameless Sword sect will definitely generate returns? 3 things. First, real revenue flow. Whoa, that revenue growth is way too fast. Clear books. No signs of falsification. Second, contract guarantees. All partnership revenues are backed by the contract hall. If the Nameless Sword sect breaches, we pay. If partners breach, they pay. Third, sect potential. This is the confidence behind seizing the Longyuan Sword Embryo and the Starfall Sword Flame. I'm in. 1 more merit bond. Course licensing. I want the Eastern region. Medical vouchers. Equipment pickup. I'm buying. Good. Line up one at a time. Nameless Sword sect credit partnership slots are limited. First signed, first served. So this is financing. Who said cultivation is all about fighting and killing? Credit is an asset. The future is spirit stones. This Chu Xiao actually turns sect credit into assets. The Nameless Sword sect isn't just good at making money. He's redefining how sects collaborate. Impossible. They actually raised this many spirit stones in a single day. Boss's first day, financing settled. 1.2 million spirit stones. What? Manager Qian, this isn't making money. This is robbery. And you even have people lining up to thank you. Mind your wording. This is called investing in the future. Young Master Qian, is our qualification check sufficient now? Sufficient. Nameless Sword Sect qualifies for the final auction slot. Sect Master, the 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace is coming up. The Finale Treasure. 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace, starting bid. 500,000 Spirit Stones. Ah, that's the one. 1 million Spirit Stones. Whatever Nameless Sword Sect wants. Blood Sword Sect wants it too. Blood Sword Sect VIP bids 1 million Spirit Stones. Starting bid was only 500,000. Doubled it outright. Blood Sword Sect is dead set on this. Sect Master, we can't let them take this furnace. They're responding to me. Manager Qian. Understood. 1.2 million Spirit Stones. Ah, Nameless Sword Sect actually dares to fight Blood Sword Sect for it. 2 million Spirit Stones. Boss, our book cash is only 1.2 million. Any higher, and we're bidding on empty books. Blood Sword Sect isn't just trying to buy the furnace. They're trying to drain us dry. In your hands, the 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace can only forge 1 sword. But in Blood Sword Sect's hands, it can forge far more. Like the Sword Emperor's remains. Yi Wuchen, something belong back in the blood pool. Don't make a move here. They're trying to provoke you. Blood Sword Sect wants to use the furnace to refine the Sword Emperor's remains, to advance the Blood Ancestor revival. Then this furnace. We absolutely cannot let them have it. Blood Sword Sect VIP bids 2 million Spirit Stones. Spread the word. Say Nameless Sword Sect's so-called financing is all empty talk. They don't actually have enough Spirit Stones on their books. Can Nameless Sword Sect even keep bidding? I heard they only just scraped together 1.2 million. Blood Sword Sect really has them cornered. They're not going to blow our investment on a bidding war, are they? Nameless Sword Sect VIP. As the current price exceeds your sect's publicly disclosed cash reserves, this auction house must re-verify your sect's payment capacity and bidding eligibility. Sect Master Chu, Wanbao Ancient City runs on trust. If your sect is just padding the bid with a pile of vague future earnings, you may not be qualified to continue bidding. Qin Shan, but deliberately spreading rumors. I'm merely reminding everyone not to be fooled by pretty words. All of Nameless Sword Sect's financing contracts are registered on the books. Every profit distribution, payment deadline, default penalty, all bound by law. Nameless Sword Sect's book cash is 1.2 million Spirit Stones, real and valid. To continue bidding, you must add non-cash assets as collateral, subject to on-site evaluation by Wanbao Chamber of Commerce. That's right, my contracts are real. The profit terms are clear too, not empty talk. Contracts valid. Nameless Sword Sect's bidding eligibility is retained. But to keep bidding, you must put up sufficient collateral. Patriarch. The auction house is no place for your brawling. Sect Master Chu, if you can't raise the bid, stop pretending. Boss, cash really isn't enough, unless we stake something bigger. Nameless Sword Sect bids 1.2 million Spirit Stones in cash, plus 1 future sword forging authorization for the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Long Yuan Sword Embryo forging authorization, meaning, once the Long Yuan Divine Sword is complete, the partner may observe once a chance to comprehend sword intent from a forging. Limited to 1 time. Limited to 1 slot. Does not involve ownership of the Long Yuan Sword. This authorization is guaranteed by the contract hall. Wanbao Chamber may hold and resell it. The contract hall can draft it immediately. Authorization valid. Default penalty, 10x compensation. If the Long Yuan Divine Sword is forged, this authorization's value would be immeasurable. After chamber evaluation, 1 future forging authorization for the Long Yuan Sword Embryo, valued at 3 million Spirit Stones. Nameless Sword Sect bids 1.2 million Spirit Stones in cash, plus 1 future forging authorization for the Long Yuan Sword Embryo. Total bid, 4.2 million Spirit Stones. You dare stake the Long Yuan sword embryos? Future earnings as collateral? Sorry. Nameless Sword Sect is rather good at developing the future. Keep raising and you'll only enrich Wanbao Chamber. If we can't win the bid, we'll just take it. For 0.2 million spirit stones equivalent. Any higher? Sold. The 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace Fragment goes to Nameless Sword Sect. I can actually touch her? For now on. She's your project. Little slave. Protect the Heavenly Works Furnace. Seize the furnace. Kill Tai Sanqian. Courting death. Their target isn't just the furnace. It's Tai Sanqian too. Kill me? Why me? I'm just a blacksmith. If the Heavenly Palace Swordbone lives, the 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace will recognize its master. You must die. I can't. I've been blowing up furnaces since I started chi training as a kid. People call me a waste. Something like the 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace. How could it ever listen to me? If you can't take it, destroy it. Stop. A furnace exploding waste dares to shout? I've blown up 372 furnaces. And I remember exactly which crack each one started from. You want to destroy a furnace? Do you even understand furnaces? What is he doing? Is he repairing the furnace? No, he's not repairing it. He's making it explode his way. 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace. First turn, remnant fire returns to the furnace. A waste actually awakened the Heavenly Palace Furnace? That furnace exploding waste awakened the 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace. No, he can't do chi training. He just understands exactly how broken furnace explodes. I did it. Tai Sanban, from today onward. You're no longer just the sex artifact smith. I declare, Tai Sanjin is officially promoted to Equipment Shop Manager of Nameless Sword Sect. The 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace Restoration Project is yours to lead. Sectmaster, I used to blow up whatever I forged. No one dared let me touch a furnace. That's because they didn't know what they had. Here, failed experience is core technology too. Sounds inspiring. But think about it, and it's still a furnace wrecking record. After today, no one will dare call you a waste. The Heavenly Palace Swordbone really is a Nameless Sword Sect. The 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace has awakened. The news is out. Then let them know. The people and things Nameless Sword Sect wants. Blood Sword Sect cannot take. Sectmaster, I will forge the Long Yuan Sword Embryo into a true sect-guarding divine sword. Good. First task for the equipment shop. Get this furnace home. Easy now, I know where it hurts. You can't just patch the cracks by force. You have to follow the old fracture lines first. He's talking to the furnace. More gently than he talks to people. Normal. A tech nerd found his dream project. People from a Heavenly Works Pavilion. The great artifact sect of the Northern Wasteland. Keepers of the forging legacy. The Heavenly Palace Swordbone really is on you. Senior, you are. I am Lu Qinzhou, Elder of the Heavenly Works Pavilion. The 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace and the Heavenly Palace Swordbone both belong to the Orthodox Artifact Path. You will return to the Heavenly Works Pavilion with me. Elder Lu comes in and starts poaching people immediately. Elder Lu barged in and snatched people away the moment he entered. That's hardly proper, is it? Seizing the Heavenly Palace Swordbone and leaving it in your Nameless Sword Sect. A ragtag outfit like this is a waste of a heavenly treasure. You awakened the 9-turn Heavenly Palace Furnace. That proves you have the mandate of the Artifact Dao. Return to the Heavenly Palace Pavilion. This old man will take you as a personal disciple. You'll receive the finest resources, the most complete Artifact Dao inheritance. A personal disciple of an elder. How many artifact refiners beg their whole lives for such a chance? True inheritance of the Heavenly Palace Pavilion. If someone had said this to me as a child, I probably have laughed in my dreams. Following Chu Xiao, at best you'll be some equipment shop manager, but at the Heavenly Artifice Pavilion, you'll become the most dazzling refining prodigy in the Northern Wasteland. If Tai Sanjin wants to leave, he may. Boss, he's a core employee of a 9-turn Heavenly Furnace project. Core employees are people too, not spare parts for a furnace. Settle the current project. Hand over the equipment shop duties. The sect will give you a send-off. The contract states clearly, freedom to resign. If you truly wish to go to the Heavenly Palace Pavilion, I won't stop you. Acting all generous. At the end of the day, you know you can't keep him. My nameless sect doesn't keep people with chains. Tai Sanjin, think carefully. The Heavenly Palace Pavilion wants your talent, your future. Stay here, and you'll only be held back by these people who know nothing of the artifact Dao. Senior, you're wrong. What? You only want my talent. The boss genuinely treats us well. Everyone used to ask me why my furnaces always exploded. Only the sect master said, failed experiments are also core technology. Before, no one dared let me touch a furnace. But the sect master gave me the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace project. I'm not leaving. I'm a manager of the Nameless Sword Sect Equipment Shop, lead of the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace Restoration Project. I'm finishing this project. Scare me half to death. Almost lost the talent and a furnace. Can't bear to lose the person or the money. Both. Very well. The Heavenly Palace, Swordbone, refuses to return to the Heavenly Palace Pavilion. Instead, it stays in a broken sect that started by selling courses. How laughable. Laughable or not, isn't decided by words. Then let's follow Artifact Dao rules. 3 days from now, at the 10,000 Treasures Ancient City, an Artifact Dao duel. The Heavenly Palace Pavilion challenges the Nameless Sword Sect. If you lose, the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace goes to the Heavenly Palace Pavilion, and Tai Sanjin goes to the Heavenly Palace Pavilion. You're using a person as a wager? In the Artifact Dao world, the strong hold the furnace, the weak obey. Those are the rules. I accept the duel. Sect Master E. If we lose, the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace is yours. But Tai Sanjin belongs to no one. He's a person, not a furnace, nor a prize. Akamipiaka Fine. Then in 3 days, this old man will show the Northern Wasteland just how laughable the so-called Nameless Sword Sect's cheap tricks are before a true Artifact Dao Orthodox sect. Manager Tai, is 3 days enough? Enough. I'll show them. Even a furnace-exploding failure can forge his own Dao. The Crimson Flame Mystic Gold Sword. In the hands of cultivators below the Sword King realm, it amplifies sword chi power by 30%. As expected of the Heavenly Palace Pavilion, they lead with a high-grade spirit sword. Tai Sanjin, let this old man see what your so-called nameless Sword Sect Equipment Shop can produce. HM? Wooden swords? Low-grade antiques. Is this a duel or a street market stall? All of these combined probably aren't worth the hilt of the Crimson Flame Mystic Gold Sword. Nameless Equipment, Set 1. Safe Training Wooden Sword. Withstands full force sparring below the Sword Disciple realm. Won't damage meridians. Set 2. Low-grade wrist guards. Embedded with Hall Master Shun's medicine packs. Auto stops bleeding upon injury. Set 3. Detachable formation nails. Can set formations, anchor, alert, and retrieve. Loose cultivator green armor. Cheap materials. Easy to repair. Even ordinary disciples can afford it. Mass production brings prices 30% below market. Damage it, bring it back to the sect for repairs. Returning customers get 20% off. Manager Tion, this is an Artifact Dao duel, not a livestream sales pitch. Boss, not seizing the traffic opportunity will be a crime against heaven. Oomph. No matter how many low-tier goods you pile up, there's still low-tier goods. This duel tests the ceiling of the Artifact Dao. Not who's cheaper. Elder Liu, the duel rules are clear. Victory goes to battlefield practicality. There's no rule about who spent more. The duel begins. Each side sends 5 disciples into the simulated battlefield, using equipment to assist with combat, rescue, repair, and extraction. Composite score decides the winner. See that? This is the Artifact Dao. Spirit Restoration Pill, quick. Father, he's in the back. Cut off by the Sword Chi Storm. Protective Pill packs ready. Formation nails, 1 every 3 steps. Light armor damaged. Fall back to position 2. Don't push through. Huh. Bleeding stopped. Medicine dosage just right. No waste. Just snap it on. Don't replace the whole set. Save time. Nail, 3 triggered. Unstable residual formation ahead. Go around. Hear that? Go around. Whoever charges through pays for the nails. Armor 3 at 20% wear. Nail 8 recovered successfully. Wu Jixiang still at 60%. Good. Casualties are under control. None of these pieces are expensive individually, but together they look so cool. Low-tier disciples can afford them, and they can be repaired in bulk. This is something you can actually sell. The Heavenly Palace Pavilion Spirit Sword has superior power, but poor endurance. The Heavenly Palace Pavilion Spirit Sword has top-tier power, but lacks endurance, coordination, and repair capability. The Nameless Sword Sect's standard equipment. Individually low-grade, but practical on the battlefield, with complete coordination and reliable cost efficiency. This round goes to the Nameless Sword Sect. Absurd. My Heavenly Palace Pavilion's high-grade Spirit Sword lost to a pile of low-grade junk. Elder Lu, the Heavenly Palace Pavilion refines artifacts. The Nameless Sword Sect builds systems. I want to place an order for this equipment set. Our sect has many low-tier disciples. This is perfect for them. Queue for pre-orders. Limited slots. The equipment shop just launched. Production capacity is low. First come, first served. Excellent. Won the duel. And the orders are rolling in. Tai Sanjin, this battle not only proved yourself, but turned the equipment shop into a hit department. So refining isn't always about forging divine weapons. Keeping people alive is also a path of the Tao. That's the true value of the equipment shop. Winning with disciples isn't real skill. No matter how much standard equipment you have, it's still just a side path. Chu Xiao, since you dare claim the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace belongs to the Nameless Sword Sect, then do you, as Sect Master, dare to test the furnace yourself? Sect Master, the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace isn't fully repaired yet. Testing it is extremely dangerous. What's the matter? Does the Nameless Sword Sect Master only know how to hide behind the disciples of his equipment shop? Why are they targeting the boss again? These people just can't let the Sect Master be, can they? Chu Xiao, disciples winning isn't real skill. If you, as Sect Master, truly have the qualifications to wield the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace, then test it yourself. The 9-turn Heavenly Furnace isn't fully repaired yet. Try it rashly. At best, your meridians are destroyed. At worst, your soul is devoured by the furnace fire. Does Chu Xiao dare? He's not an artifact refiner, after all. The Sect Master can't test it. This furnace is only in a half-awakened state right now. The furnace fire is unstable. 70% of the energy patterns are severed. Even if an elder from the Heavenly Craft Pavilion took it on personally, they might not be able to control it. Hear that? Even your own people know you can't do it. If Sect Master Chu is afraid, then hand over the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace. Boss, this risk is too high. If the furnace really blows, it could kill you. Manager Qian, that's a touching sentiment. But why can't I muster a smile? Kid, this furnace isn't going to heat up from your hot air. Rest assured, Manager Huang. This Sect Master isn't here to blow hot air today. What do I know about artifact refining? Not a damn thing. In my last life, I tried to fix a chair leg and ended up with 3 extra screws. System, if I don't make a move this time, we'll both be refined into boss ash. Sect-level artifact, Dao mission detected. Special form Myriad Crafts return to origin for Boss Kong seal can be activated. Perfect timing. Myriad Crafts return to origin. Activate. My Heavenly Palace patterns. The Sect Master took them over. Sect Master, I'll give you my sword intent. I'll purify the impurities in the furnace. Steady must stay steady. These materials cost money. Every single grain of it. The furnace fire must not leak. The energy patterns must not break. Contract established. Fear not. We are not here to destroy you, but to repair you. Contract sword seal. The sword contract rises. Impossible. He clearly doesn't understand artifact refining. How can he command the Heavenly Furnace fire? He's not refining it himself. He's commanding the power of the entire sect to refine it. The Nameless Sword Sect's Tao has taken another step forward. Long Yuan Sword Embryo into the furnace. No way. The first turn, it's actually turning. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo. It's taking shape, but it's not a complete sword yet. But the first layer of the sword form has truly been forged. The first turn of the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace. Even I might not be able to do that. And he did it on the spot. I always thought the boss didn't know anything about refining. But he actually managed to truly ignite my Heavenly Palace patterns. So this is how strong my Tao can be in his hands. Don't shake. Don't you dare shake. If you shake now, the Tao-abandoning Grandmaster persona will be exposed on the spot. Congratulations, host. Myriad Crafts Return to Origin successfully activated. Long Yuan Sword Embryo has completed the first layer of sword form forging. Sect's artifact, Tao Prestige, has greatly increased. The Nameless Sword Sect has actually forged a sect-guarding divine sword. Elder Lu. How'd the furnace test go? The Sect Alliance ranking order has arrived. The sect-guarding divine sword leaves the city, and the ranking order has come as well. Next step, the Northern Wasteland 8th Sect ranking battle. The Nameless Sword Sect is finally getting a seat at the table. I want to join the free Cultivator Hall. I heard even low-level disciples in the Nameless Sword Sect can earn merits. Sect Master Chu, my sect wishes to form an alliance with the Nameless Sword Sect to jointly purchase standard equipment. Manager Qian, are there any pre-sale slots left for the equipment shop? I'm willing to pay a deposit. Line up to pledge allegiance at the front desk. For alliances, see legal. For equipment pre-sales, come to me. No ruse. If you crush the mountain gate, you'll have to pay for it. Don't push, don't push. The equipment shop was just established. Our production capacity really isn't that high. Manager Tai, you'll get used to it. Our sect is popular now. People are even trying to snatch up wooden swords. Although it hasn't fully become a sword yet, its aura is far stronger than before. With it, the Nameless Sword Sect finally has a true foundation of a major sect. For being 3,000 spiritual power in debt, to having a sect-guarding sword, heavenly furnace, and equipment shop, with the medical hall and marketing department taking off across the board. This startup is finally starting to look like it's ready for an IPO. Sect Master Chu, notice from the Sect Alliance Integrity Committee. The Northern Wasteland 8th Sect ranking battle is about to begin. The Nameless Sword Sect, as a reserve sect, may challenge the 8th ranked sect. If victorious, you will officially join the ranks of the Northern Wasteland's major sects. So that means, if we win the ranking battle, our Nameless Sword Sect goes from reserve to official. Correct. But the ranking battle is different from the 7-star Sword Palace. It's not just disciples participating. There are also elders, sect masters, sect-guarding treasures, and the sect's entire heritage. Sounds even more terrifying than the 7-star Sword Palace. The Northern Wasteland 8th Sect ranking battle. It's been years since we've had a good show. The goal is clear. Participate in the Northern Wasteland Sect ranking battle. Fight for a major sect seat. This time, we're not going to prove we can survive. We're going to tell the Northern Wasteland, the 8 sect seats, the Nameless Sword Sect is worthy of one. In just a few short months, a bankrupt sect has come this far. Father, at the ranking battle, I will personally cripple them. Crippling them isn't enough. The Nameless Sword Sect is no longer a small nuisance. The Long Yuan Sword Embryo, the Starfall Sword Flame, the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace. Give Chu Xiao more time, and he might actually forge that broken sect into a major Northern Wasteland power. The Crimson Sky Sword Sect doesn't want to see a sect that rose through unorthodox means. Step onto the 8th sect table. The Mystic Thunder Sword Sect can cooperate. But the ranking battle is hosted by the Sect Alliance. We can't openly break the rules. Who said anything about doing it openly? The Blood Sword Sect has long since planted agents in the ranking battle arena. When the time comes, as soon as Chu Xiao steps in, we'll make his Nameless Sword Sect completely collapse. In front of all the Northern Wasteland sects. At the ranking battle, you have 3 tasks. Please instruct me, Father. Seize the Su Lu Sword Valley. Kill Yu Wuchen. Destroy the Long Yuan Sword. I understand. I want Chu Xiao to watch with his own eyes, as his so-called merit system sect shatters completely on the arena. The Nameless Sword Sect, as a reserve sect, will challenge the 8th-ranked Crimson Sky Sword Sect in its first battle. First battle, Nameless Sword Sect versus Crimson Sky Sword Sect. We're started with old acquaintances? Huh? Good. Slapping a familiar face. Gives the best publicity. Oomph. Hasn't the Crimson Sky Sword Sect always thought of us as an internet-famous sect? Then in this first battle, let's show them what a true major sect reserve looks like. So this is the Northern Wasteland sect ranking battle. Even more intimidating than the 7-star Sword Palace. The 7-star Sword Palace competes for opportunities. The ranking battle competes for sect seats. Lose one match here, and you lose the face of your entire sect. The Northern Wasteland ranking battle is now officially declared open. Participants are not limited to disciples, but also include elders, sect masters, and sect guarding treasures. The victor ascends. The defeated steps down. The sect alliance records the results and does not interfere with the outcome. The Nameless Sword sect has been way too popular lately. The Longyuan Sword Embryo, the Starfall, Sword Flame, the 9-turn Heavenly Furnace, they got them all. What's the use of being popular? Heritage can't be made up with a few spectacles. Just an internet-famous sect. Once they're on the real ranking battlefield, they'll learn the difference between a millennium-old sect and a nouveau riche. With so many people watching, the ground is pretty clean. No need to sweep. Manager Huang, today you are the sect's supreme honorary advisor. Not here to inspect the sanitation. Well, isn't that still a concurrent position with the cleaning department? Chu Xiao, your Nameless Sword sect has relied on tricks, hype, and a few hidden masters to carry the show. It's fooled quite a few rogue cultivators. But today, the Crimson Sky Sword sect will show the Northern Wasteland the difference between an internet-famous sect and a 1,000-year great sect. Sect Master, he called us an internet-famous sect. That means we've got traffic. Traffic isn't afraid of criticism. It's afraid of no one watching. Nameless Sword Sect pre-ranking battle mobilization begins now. A meeting before the battle? Truly a makeshift operation. Putting on a show before stepping on the stage. First, in this ranking battle, all battle merits are doubled. Second, the injured. The medical hall covers all costs. Pills, treatment, recovery subsidies. Not a single item missing. The medical hall is fully prepared. Third, those who distinguish themselves may cultivate beneath the Longyuan Sword Embryo. Ordinary disciples too. Sect Master, with our cultivation base, we can cultivate under the Longyuan Sword too, as long as you earn merit. Fourth, battle merits can be exchanged for high-tier resources. Custom armor from the equipment shop. Guidance from Yi Wuchen. Protection from Su Liuruo. All rewards registered on spot. Settled after the battle. No delays, ever. The contract hall has it on file. If the sect master breaches, 10x compensation. Manager buy. That part didn't need to be announced publicly. Transparent policies. Stabilize the troops. They're fighting a ranking battle, and their rewards are calculated this clearly. In our sect, the injured have to pay for their own pills. Even ordinary disciples can trade for high-tier resources. Is that real? The ranking battle hasn't even started, and morale is already set. Chu Xiao is becoming more and more of a proper sect master. Remember this. We're not here to die, nor to prove anything to anyone. We're here to take a seat. Take a seat. First match, Disciple Battle. Crimson Sky Sword Sect versus Nameless Sword Sect. Nameless Sword Sect. Who's coming to offer themselves up? Sect Master, why are you looking at me? You're leading the first match. What? Nameless Sword Sect sends Li Go Shenk. Sect Master, I'm the head of the loose cultivator disciples. Not the head of the cannon fodder disciples. Relax, follow the system. Brothers. Looks like we'll have to win this first one on sheer toughness. Crimson Sky Sword Sect. You look down on ordinary disciples, don't you? Then this first match will make you lose to ordinary disciples. A coward from loose cultivation. 2 low-rank disciples. Has Nameless Sword Sect run out of people? Looks like this first match ends in less than half an incense stick. The cultivation gap is too wide. All 3 Crimson Sky members are peak sword masters. Li Goxing's group is at most sword apprentice. This isn't a duel. This is a free win. Brothers, remember the pre-match training. Don't aim for a pretty win. We just need to win. Can Senior Brotherly really do it? If the Sect Master says so, then there must be a way. Kneel. Screw you. Get lost. This is called tactical repositioning. Cheap tricks. You dare ambush me. The arena rules don't forbid tying shoelaces. Indeed, no blood was drawn. Within the rules, fully compliant. Damn it. Light injury, I can still hold on. Senior Brotherly, your sword. You. Plan 2. Drag him down. If you got guts, take one of my strikes head on. If I take one of your strikes, I'm dead. Why would I do that? These 3 actually held off Crimson Sky's 3 prodigies. They're not fighting with cultivation. They're fighting with coordination. Useless. 3 peak sword masters. Can't even take down a few loose cultivators. Let's see you dodge this. Senior Brotherly. Now. My spiritual power. Get down. Crimson Sky Prodigy, out of bounds. His focus is broken. Haha. You again. If it works, use it. Crimson Sky Prodigy draws sword. Senior Brotherly, final move. Brothers tactical finish. Disciple battle victor. Nameless Sword Sect. Ordinary disciples won. They actually beat Crimson Sky's prodigies. The weak can win. So the weak can win too. Sect Master. We won. Well fought. This disciple merely used tricks. Next match, Elder Battle. Let's see who you send to die this time. A bunch of trash. Losing to a few low-rank, loose cultivators. Young Sect Master, do not be angered. The disciple battle was merely their trickery. Second match, Elder Battle. Crimson Sky Sword Sect. Elder Chu takes the stage. Peak Sword King. Crimson Sky Sword Domain. This match. Nameless Sword Sect should send Yi Wuchen, right? Yi Wuchen's sword intent is strong, but the cultivation gap is too large. Maybe Chu Xiao will go personally. Manager Huang. The arena is a bit dirty. Please clean it up. Wu Xiao, what do you mean? Nothing, just the literal meaning. Saying you're trash. Came to watch the show, now I have to work. Overtime, pay better be recorded. Manager Huang, 1 Elder Battle overtime. Double drinks recorded. Nameless Sword Sect sends a janitor for the Elder Battle. Keep her voice down. This janitor once swept a Sword King off the stage. Insulting me? You seek death. Crimson Sky, Sword Domain, Blazing Heaven. If I went up there, I'd probably be cooked evenly. Manager Huang. Let this old man cool you down. What? Ow. Elder Battle Victor. Nameless Sword Sect. That was a peak Sword King. Swept off with 1 broom swing. Heh. Sweeping's done. Where's the wine? Back at the sect, all you can drink. What you do here doesn't matter. Whether you get the job done is what matters. Even a janitor can win honor for the sect. Disciple battle was tricks. Elder battle relied on a sweeping old man. Chu Xiao. For the sect master battle, do you dare step up yourself? You want to see me fight? Then you'd better stand firm. The Crimson Sky Sect Master is stepping up personally. A Sword Emperor realm expert. This is nothing like the Sword King Elder from before. The third match, the Sect Master Battle. The Sect Master of Crimson Sky, Sword Sect fights personally. Chu Xiao. In the Sect Master Battle, only the Sect Master can fight. Your disciples, your cleaners, your flashy rules and systems. None of them can save you in this match. Chu Xiao this time. I like to see how you hide. Manager Qian, is the Sect Master really going up? That's a Sword Emperor across from us. From a cost perspective, if the boss fights personally and something goes wrong, that's a loss of the highest grade company asset. Can you say something auspicious for once? Sect Master. Let me test his sword for you. Sect Master battle rules. Outsiders may not fight in your stead, but the Sect Master has been using the command seal consecutively. His reserves haven't fully recovered. The first layer sword form of the Longyuan Sword Embryo is still unstable. He can't forcibly borrow the embryo's power. If the Sect Master battle is unavoidable, the previous two victories are void. Nameless sword sects challenge qualification drops. Kid, no one can take your place. This battle, Sword Emperor realm, this isn't child's play. Old Huang can't replace you. Yi Wuchen can't replace you. Sulu can't replace you either. If I back down now, everything we've won so far will be dismissed as the Sect Master's incompetence, propped up by his subordinates. Without the old sweeper, you, Chu Xiao, don't even have the guts to step on stage. No matter how strong Nameless Sword Sect is, if the Sect Master is lacking, it's just an empty shell. Sect Master Chu isn't really too scared to go up, is he? That's a Sword Emperor across from him. Anyone would be afraid. The Sect Master has protected us so many times. But this time, we can't help. I'm indeed not a Sword Dao expert in the traditional sense. But on this journey, I didn't win alone. I won because of this sect. Because of these people willing to walk forward with me. Critical node detected in the wilderness ranking battle. Special form of the boss command seal can be activated. Sect Master of Sect. On victory, Sect fortune surges. On defeat, candidate qualification decreases. Alright then, let's go. Sect Master. Don't worry. A boss can fear death, but he can't fear trouble. Now it's more like it. Chu Xiao, the seed admits, you're good at managing people, and very good at creating momentum. But a sect standing ultimately depends on the Sect Master himself. Without the old sweeper, without Yi Wuchen, what is Sulu? Huh? You ask who I am? Sect-Dharma aspect. This isn't a disciple fighting for him. This is a Sect Master answering the challenge with a sect's entire fortune. You actually dare to condense the Sect-Dharma aspect in a Sect Master battle. I'm their boss. And I'm the Sect Master of Nameless Sword Sect. Then this seat will cut you down today, Sect Master. This is the true power of a Sword Emperor Sect Master. With this one strike, even an ordinary Sword King would be burned to ash. Sect Master Battle. Outsiders must not interfere. Songhua. System, if this thing can't hold up, this boss isn't going bankrupt. I'm getting cremated and listed on the stock exchange. Boss command seal, special form. Sect Master of the Fallen Sect, activated. Employee recognition accumulated. Complete. A Sect Master may command the Sect's Tao fortune to form a sword. My sword intent is returning to the Sect on its own. The Sect Master isn't forcibly borrowing my sword bone. He's protecting it. Good lad. You even dared to use this old man's sword intent. My fortune can even serve as a sword tassel, with the contract as the sheath. The Sect's fortune will not scatter. Sect Master, hold on. My contract script is giving form to the Sect's sword. I'm going to. Wait, even my survival instinct can forge a sword. Of course. Nameless sword of the Sect has no useless people. Chu Xiao. Borrowed power is never truly yours. Wrong. This isn't a sword. This is their willingness to believe in me. Impossible. The Crimson Sky sword domain has been unleashed. That's not an individual's sword intent. That's the Tao domain of an entire sect. The Sect's Tao domain has become a sword. This nameless sword sect actually managed to form such momentum. My father lost. You're not simply borrowing power. You actually managed to fuse their Tao into a single sword. He managed to fuse our Tao into a single sword. He's not devouring our power. He's giving our power a place to belong. This kid actually has some Sect Master presence. Hold the cool pose for 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, nope. 3 seconds is way too long. System, is this form charged by the second? Sect Master form duration is about to end. Host is advised to wrap up quickly. Avoid collapsing publicly. Got it. Boss image defense. Final 3 seconds. Taking hits? This battle, our Crimson Sky Sword Sect concedes defeat. Crimson Sky Sword Sect Challenge Battle. 2 wins out of 3. Victor, Nameless Sword Sect. We won. Nameless Sword Sect actually beat Crimson Sky Sword Sect. The 8 Sect seats of the Northern Wilderness are truly about to change. Survived and won. The boss is truly impressive this time. Haha. Magnificent. Truly magnificent. A pity, though. The ranking battle isn't over yet. The true sacrifices are only just entering the arena. Whoa, what is this thing? There's a formation underground. You thought today was the Northern Wilderness ranking battle. Wrong. This is an altar our Bloodsword sect has been preparing for the sects of the Northern Wilderness for years. Shueli, you dare scheme against our Crimson Sky Sword sect. These formation lines underground couldn't have been made in a day. Your Bloodsword sect tampered with the ranking battlefield long ago. Realizing it now? Too late. My sword domain's Remnant Wings. Crimson Sky, Sword Domain. Dark Thunder Sword. Disciple blood of all sects, resentment of rogue cultivators. Everything produced by today's battles will become nourishment for the blood, sword, ancestral right. The Bloodsword sect didn't come to participate in a ranking battle. They're using us as a sacrificial basin. His chi and blood have been drained dry. Su Meng, the ranking battle contract has been corrupted. The Bloodsword sect reversed the barrier that was supposed to protect the participants into a sealing cage. We're done. We're so done. This is even more dangerous than the arena. They're not even sparing the spectators. Those maniacs from the Bloodsword sect. I just came to fight for a seat. And maybe slap some faces. How did this turn into a sacrifice ritual? Can't the Bloodsword sect just participate in events normally? Sects of the Northern Wilderness. Long time no see. Shuewuya. This is the Alliance ranking battlefield. How dare your Bloodsword sect act so insolently?